Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about GBO2 and Tangent half the time. So, guys, today I'm joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and Gaming Emblem.
Hey,
So, how was everyone's 2 weeks? In 2 weeks?
2 weeks? Eh, about the same as you'd expect, which honestly is, oh my god, fine by me.
Gustav said there's nothing wrong with the mundane, and I can appreciate that.
Any games played? Anything new? How's Yakuza going?
Yakuza's actually going pretty good. Right now, we're definitely in side quest mode though. Need to start doing some more real estate stuff for Kiryu and all that because I went through like several chapters in a row this session before last, and I was like, holy shit, that game really lets you just plow through the plot if you want. And it's actually kind of nice that they don't like force you to do everything else, but there's also just so much shit going on. You're doing yourself a little bit of a disservice if you're not trying to get in there and get some of the sub stories and mini games done.
Oh yeah, the mini games is kind of the best part of those games. But
I would definitely do the one where you're racing the little cars everywhere.
Yeah, I actually got back into that because there was a sub quest with the I forget what his name is, but the guy that actually heads the counter over there. I guess he was in a depressive slump or whatever, and then he actually had to like pep talk him. But now he's back there, and we get to do some more races.
Yeah,
I
there
think
you go.
before I started streaming
Mini
it,
game.
that was something I spent way too much time doing.
yeah,
But
that'd be
other than that,
Yeah.
just trying to keep up with stuff. That's about it. What about you guys, though?
Emblem.
As far as my end goes, I finished my move. We're in Washington now.
Ooh.
I'm have my green screen up, but we are no longer in yellow walled Alabama room. We're now in, you know, white wall Washington room over here in Pacific Coast or Pacific time or whatever. So it was pretty good. The drive was rather rough. Like most for the most part, it was okay. It wasn't really too much of an issue. It was a little bit snowy, but it was like the worst. We had like two like bad situations where it was like really snowy on the road. There was like a little bit when we were in no, not Missouri, one of the states. It might have been Missouri, but I can't remember. Um, but when we got to Wyoming, like the first part of us being in Wyoming was rough. We were on Interstate I-90, I believe it was the number, and we were like in Wyoming. The first half of it was like going through this mountain pass, and it was all snowy. Like it was pretty rough.
Did you guys get
Um,
like frost over on the car too?
No, but we had to keep it on defrost the entire time. Like, if we turned it off for any reason, like the windows would immediately start to like fog up and go over.
Oh god.
It was ridiculous. But that wasn't like the worst. We just kind of had to take our time. It wasn't until the last day we were leaving from South Dakota um, to go to like Idaho,
Hmm.
and there was one part where it was kind of snowy, and we actually like lost traction. Like, luckily it was in a straightaway, but we actually like lost traction on the road, and like both of my car and the mover that we were using, like, were both starting to like snake tail in the middle of the road. And it's like, it wasn't too bad. I've had to deal with that before, so I had to get my car back under control. But it's never anything where like, oh, I lost control of my car, amazing, like it's excitement.
No
Uh,
Jesus take the wheel moments.
yeah, no,
Been there for a couple of those.
thankfully, it wasn't bad. But yeah, we had all sorts of adventure. My motherboard died on my PC during the move, so I had to get
Oh.
that replaced. Um,
Oof.
and besides that, and like now I'm stuck with Wi-Fi internet, so everything is just like really connection issuey. But it's been rough. It's been a rough week, or
Um,
2 weeks even.
Here's a question: when you went north, because you said you went
Mhm.
through Missouri, how did you get to Missouri?
We essentially like cut through We started in Alabama, went through Mississippi into Tennessee,
Okay.
and then like we went from like Tennessee into I think we passed like another state, but then we like ended our first day in Missouri,
Wait,
and then we
I
passed
mean,
through.
if you tell me you went up through Kentucky, then I could have like met you over there and been like, "Yo, what's up?"
Hey, yeah,
because
I don't think we actually ever went
because
into Kentucky.
okay, so then you probably went to Tennessee to Arkansas and then up that way into Missouri
Yeah,
and
we
then
were in
across.
Arkansas for a little while. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I've went back and
Yeah,
forth.
Arkansas.
You said there is you went on I-90, so you went through
Mhm.
Kansas, right?
I don't. I know we were Arkansas.
Wait,
Or
no, you
yeah, I
said
think we went through Kansas as
did
well.
you go through Kansas? Because you said I-90,
Maybe.
and the one of the
Yeah.
best places I've ever had a burger, and that's one reason why I was asking which way you were taking,
Mhm.
because I was trying to figure out where you were at and be like, stop here, go here. The best food is over here at this place because I've already went through Kansas. We've taken a trip where my mom does the travel nursing, and
Mhm.
sometimes if she's going on long trips, I fly out and meet her and then help her drive wherever, and then fly back. So like there's a place called the I-90 Diner. It feels like you're in Fallout, man. Like it's
Mhm.
literally you're in Kansas in the middle of nowhere. There's a diner. It's just a bunch of dust, and you're like, okay, cool. It's one of those classic diners, though. Like
Mhm.
you know that you'd see from like some random television show. You just walk in. There's the little bar and like the five. It looks like it's from like the 40s or something. So it's like, dude, this is awesome. So yeah, I don't know if you saw that on the way, because if it was night, you probably passed it up. And then that's the area where there's a lot of windmills. So I don't know if you ended
Yeah,
up
we
around
saw a
there,
lot of. We
like
saw
the
like
red lights.
turbines.
But if you went through that area at night, it's just a bunch of red lights that just blink. Like
It's
it
kind of
looks
like,
like
is it
We
just
went through
kind
the
of
bad.
creepy or?
it
We went
looks
through the
like an
bad
alien
lands.
invasion or something's happening, because you just like you come over a hill, like the one of the only hills there in Kansas at all. It's very slight, but finally you just see
Mhm.
boom, and there's just like this entire wave of like 100+ lights, and you're like, what in the world is this? And then finally you get close, and you're seeing the windmills like right next to it, and it's pretty awesome. Then we stopped kind of close next to that, and then um, can't remember where we went, but yeah, it was then there was the I-90 diner. And so yeah, I was trying to catch you at a few places, because I was like, is he gonna go through Utah and then up, or is he going and then yeah. Then once you
I know
said
we did.
Wyoming, I was like, oh man, they're already past most of it.
Yeah, because like I don't. If we were in Kansas, this is for a little bit, but I don't remember seeing the I-90 diner, so we may not have been that way.
It's definitely toward the far left end of Kansas too, so that's another
Hmm.
thing. You're getting close to Colorado at that point. So I don't know if you went into Colorado at all.
No, we did not.
Okay, so you just went up. Oh yeah,
I
that's right.
don't
You
think
said
we did.
South Dakota, so you went straight up
Hmm.
then. Okay, you
Yeah,
might have
we
actually
essentially
skipped that.
just rocketed upwards and then just got an I-90 and just went that way for the rest of the trip. Like as soon
But
as we got
yeah.
on I-90, we stayed under to Washington.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was one of my favorite places. Like for real though, it was like a burnt onion burger, like old school style. It was yeah, that was great. It was right there on a little farm too. I'm guessing that's where they got their beef. I don't know, but anyway.
They started to count it back. Give me the burnt
Did we
onion burger.
mention that we do a lot of tangents on this
Oh
show?
yeah, we're tangenting hard.
No, it's not even a tangent. We're just talking
Oh,
about
okay, we're
we're
talking
kind of like
about
talking
trips.
about in topic of our
So yeah.
introduction, you know?
Same person put the skip thing if they want to in the comments. But but for real though, man, like trips are a lot of fun sometimes, except for when you got to drive in Kansas for like 10 hours and there's nothing. And you're like, "Oh, what is oh, it's more dirt. Oh, is there oh, it's another windmill for the five." The wave of windmills was actually cool. That night was cool. The next day it was like, "Oh, there's more dirt. Oh, there's an oil thing over there. Well, that's something moving at least." So yeah, it's just
There's a lot of that.
yeah.
We
So
passed through a lot of mountains and a lot of farmland.
yeah, that whole area there in the middle of the U.S. is just pretty much like that all the way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we went over that way to Colorado, up and then around pretty much all through California. Then we went back through like Texas and stuff when we came back over here to Kentucky, and yeah. So I know most of the good food spots though. Like if anybody's like in around the Grand Canyon there, that little city southeast of it, Devil's Burgers. Look it up. It is fantastic. Um, But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I guess my week or 2 weeks, pretty much finished-ish Monster Hunter for the most part, as far as like the new monsters and stuff. They just put in a 2 gig patch like yesterday, and apparently there's a new monster. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Took pictures of mountains.
Yeah, the mountains are beautiful in that area,
I was
but
tired of them after I was sliding and potentially dying.
fair enough. Oh, also, that's you might have got lucky too, because in a couple of those states, when you get around the mountains, you have to have chains in your car. If you don't,
I
they
noticed that
can
there were
get you a
chain-up
ticket.
spots, but I thought chaining your tires was illegal now because it would mess up the roads.
I think, well, in Colorado, when we went through Colorado and we were up there in the mountains, it was law that you had to have chains in your car, and if they were needed.
Hmm.
So
Gotcha. Yeah, we wouldn't have had chains to use, so we would have been in trouble there.
yeah, they take that pretty seriously. So I know like truckers and stuff get in trouble with that a lot if going through the first time.
Hmm.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, my week pretty much Monster Hunter. Like one new monster was added yesterday, so I guess I'll try to get to that at some point. But same old, same old. Been trying to rank up. After you said the A+ thing, I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Which today I just got lucky and was playing 550, and I got carried every game pretty much. I just YOLO'd around, had try to keep people's attention and plant bombs. Bombs
Magnum
win
YOLO'd in
games.
a match? No way.
How
I
preposterous.
mean, I
Never in a
wasn't
thousand
shooting.
years would he ever YOLO in a
If I
match.
can't carry, if I'm like, this is not a day for me to actually aim, I'm like, okay, we're YOLOing and then planting a bomb. So, got two suit steals today. So, always plant bomb YOLO. But anyway, um, so last week's stuff. I guess we can start with the rated change. I mean, to me, that was the biggest thing. And then there's the map changes, but the rated thing
Hmm.
I think is the most interesting because honestly, from my perspective, I like it now. It seems to be more consistent. Like I don't know how many times you guys actually get plus 16 or 17 points now, or whatever, the plus 7, plus 6 or 7 added on for your rival victory. But I don't see that much often anymore.
Yeah, it feels more consistent. It feels a little less punishing too. Like,
Yeah, like
when you have
that's
those
definitely the
situations.
trade-off.
Like those situations where you lose a match and you just get completely soul crushed. Because like unless you're just like literally the best on your team, it sometimes can be hard to perform in battle op if you're at a decline because if you can't do anything, you can't push up your scores, so it's hard to catch back up.
Yeah.
And it feels like it kind of takes it's a little less harsh, instead of it just being like straight up like you versus rival. It kind of like factors in those averages and stuff that they do. Um, and now with it being a thing, like even if you win, for instance, like and you have a situation where like maybe your rival is like best in the game on the enemy team and you win, but you like lose however many points, like it just feels less bad overall. Like it seems nice. I'd rather have diminished negatives and positives and just have it be like kind of just a little small bump rather than it be like just the potential to be everywhere. So it feels better right now, I'd say.
I mean,
I
that's
think
good.
Matt's saying over in the chat, I'm assuming this is an example before the change. It's like lost the game, didn't beat your rival, but got overall third. Nah, fuck you, fam. Negative
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much what I was saying. Like you'd have something like that, and just like, man, you'd be up against first place and they're like an actual new type or something, and you just like you just like lose all your fucking points even though you did okay. So that's pretty nice.
Well, and then the old way of doing it too, I felt like I could play like it's ranked, and then I would normally get mostly plus over my rival, even in a loss. So, I could play not to win, but to just try to get that. So when we did win, I would win big and get plus 7. And then when I'd lose, I wouldn't lose much because I get plus 5 to 7 most of the time. And I mean, I really didn't think that was healthy, and I really don't like having a modifier like that anyway, because you can kind of game the system. Now, I will say, being able to destroy a base with the Xeon just got buffed as far as how many points you get, because pretty much there's only been one game, and that was where I just got completely wrecked and barely killed the base, and
Mhm.
actually lost like 6 points from the modifier. But every other game, it's been like, oh, cool, I killed the base, but we got a crushing defeat, minus, or I get like +5 or something, a decent actual plus to it because I'm killing the base, and I'm actually killing stuff though. So as long as you do good and kill the base, you get so many positive points there because of that. It's like the top on the enemy team is like 90,000 or whatever, and then you're like 140,000 damage.
Right.
So you get a huge boost to your overall score. So I feel like some cheeses like that, I don't know if they're actually going to nerf it now. Like they might actually start looking at that like, huh, what's this weird overall score change? So they might actually nerf some of that. I'm kind of curious to see if they do that in space, because a lot of spacesuits have that option to just decimate bases with very little consequence because you can
Yeah,
kite.
'cause back in the day, it used to be like Thunderbolt suits were the ones to do it. It took them a bit longer, but it was definitely doable.
Yeah.
But they were so
And I have
easier
Super
to,
Gundam.
yeah, they were so much easier to counteract that people stopped doing it. But now, like you said, the Zeong and the Super Gundam are in,
Yeah.
and those are
Xeon
a
can
lot better
kite,
at it.
Super Gundam can do it from a mile away, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, just
kind of
Super Gun
insane.
just eats the enemy base for breakfast, man. It's just like, there's free points, 10,000 free, or sorry, 100,000 free damage.
Yeah, it's insane. And then like you can, yeah, it's just dumb. Like I've seen me and like a Super Gundam came over to help, and we just ate a base in like 10 seconds at the 2-minute mark. I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty silly.
what just happened? I blinked. Where did the base go?
Yeah.
Dog's doing stuff.
The new game mode will have moving bases.
Oh gosh.
There's a test bed.
I'm really curious what the new game mode's going to be. That's kind of
I
interesting.
think Planet Side 2 is actually introducing that, where they have a moving base, kind of like Battlefield 2142 back in the day. It'd be actually really hilarious if that's the case for the new game
That'll be
mode.
interesting. I mean, the new game mode's going to be Battle Operation Next too. They
Like
heard
just a
everyone
whole new
asking.
game.
Just
Like,
a new
there you
game.
go.
Yeah, they heard everyone asking like, "Where's my wing?" And they're like, "Oh,
Well,
just
here
put
it
it in
fucking
battle."
is.
Here's your fucking wing, guys. God, everyone always says on the Twitter like, "Where's my Barbatos and my wing?" Here
But
it is. We got there.
overall for the rated though, I think I still think they should just have a plus like maybe 3 max modifier over the 1 to 7, just because more consistent, the smaller it is, the like if you win one and lose one right now, I feel like I'm going up like 1 or 2 points, which is how most elo systems work anyway. So it's like, oh, I got plus 12 this time. Oh, I got plus, minus 11 and plus 13 and then minus 12. So you tend to go up on a win-loss if you go 50-50 on most elo systems. So it's just like, yeah, I'm kind of glad they finally got something to keep it together for the most part. And then unless you just really just decimate the enemy team to no end, you hardly see those plus 7s. So that's been pretty solid. There has been really, I was afraid too that this would actually incentivize trying to get it first place even more, so that it would be kind of like ranked to where you're competing against your team. But I haven't been able to press like it's ranked and do well enough to actually get plus 6 or 7. Even if I get first, it's like, well, you YOLO'd too hard, got too many deaths, so you get plus 4. So even going for it, you gotta really like play safe enough and everything else, which is really cool, because that's actually a lot of points you can lose. So because ranked was you got to get top 3.
Mhm.
Right.
So now you're actually wanting to get first place. So you have to new type it. But
Still haven't heard anything about the next ranked. I don't think.
no, they haven't said anything yet. But
Yeah, that's what I'm aware of.
real quick, just to point this out, this Saturday, 11 p.m. Eastern, clan ranks. You can make it. Make it for your clan. This is the
Be there, be
moment.
square.
This is the NA moment to actually have a good time frame to play.
We're
But
getting in another 11. I thought it was in the morning still.
no, this one's 11 p.m. Unless I'm crazy. Pretty sure it said 8 in the game.
Yeah, this one should be an hour before the banner would normally come out. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a quadruple
Whatever normal
check.
time is. That's what I've written down for round 8 also.
Yeah, it says oh, this is odd. This is actually normally it actually says it in Pacific time. That's weird. This one's actually showing up 2/9 at 1 JST, which is an hour before the banner releases on for us Wednesdays. So, but yeah, so pretty much you make it. This is the one to make it because most people and most clans are probably gonna be on. So I'm pretty hyped for that. But anyway, so any other thoughts on the rated? I mean, right now it feels good. Is my take on it.
Yeah, like it's
Right.
easier to just like slowly uptrend. I don't feel like I'm having those crushing defeats anymore, even though technically from a battle standpoint you still are. It just doesn't feel as bad at the result screen.
Right.
Yeah, that's the worst one. And I will say the really like, when you get that +7 or when you get that -7, which really sucks. But when you get those now, it's like, man, I just played bad and we just got stomped, 20,000 to 2,000 score or something, right? And then
Mhm.
it's like when you win though and you get that 17, you're like, yeah, I decimated that game. That's right. You really feel like you definitely earned it or didn't earn it. But so far I haven't had like, man, that's BS. But oh, and also most of the games I've been playing, I've been counting, and it's really interesting. Some of the games I've seen, I would have like +6, but it's giving me +3. But on the old system, it would be +6, and then like on the same thing with losses, I would lose like 6 or 7 even. And I'd be like, oh well, this is cool. I'm only losing 3, so definitely a huge improvement. But okay, so
Yeah, that's not bad.
new map stuff.
Yes.
So do we want to start on mountain?
Yeah, we can do that.
Sounds good to me, yeah.
So what do we think about mountain now?
Hmm. I like it. It's definitely one of those things where depending on what you typically play, some of those changes won't be as noticeable, but for the ones that do use those spots, you'll really appreciate it.
I've definitely seen supports in the new like Nook that they've added, for instance. They've
Yeah,
like
I'm
already
about to hop on
made
real
their home.
quick and get in there.
That's actually been one of the more awkward things.
Good.
Well, like that little spot, like people finally I think are starting to use it, whereas like that first week, it was rough if you started on B side. The right side's B side, right?
Yeah, B side.
If you started on B side, it was just rough there for a while. So I think I won maybe like 1 out of 10 games on B side there for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then like every time I got on A side, we just stomped the enemy team like it was nothing. So
It's like it could just be like boxed into a little room. Like there's so much extra space here. Just a
Well, it's
whole
just
extra
interesting too.
corner.
Like from what they would always tell us, like the win rate for each side seemed like it was about it was really close to 50% um for Mountain. So it's interesting even before the changes. Like I do think it favored A just a bit more than B, if I remember right. But it was definitely rough. But I feel like I haven't got enough matches in a new map to say for sure. But I do like the arch being bigger. It kind of helps actually fight out of the arch instead of it just being like a giant bottleneck.
Hmm.
It still feels bottlenecky, but it's easier to actually maneuver around, which is nice. Just need to make it to where like if you're trying to push through it and somebody shoots a rocket in there, everybody that's coming through the tunnel doesn't get stunned immediately. Like that's a very nice touch.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
something that's been needed.
it's a new spot to actually like fight instead of you just trying to push through it to get to the actual like arenas.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, speaking of
That's
bottleneck
definitely
areas,
necessary.
what about Ruined City or the new Ruins map? Think there's any of those there? I think they've actually did a pretty good job not having too many. Like the only one would be like the sides of the uh
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, yeah.
Right, where the little rubble is.
Yeah. But even
Those
then,
stupid gaw wings that are like embedded into those sides.
though, you're not necessarily forced to go through there. That's normally, if anything, that's a little dance, and then one will pick one side and one will normally go up the ramp. So
Mm-hmm.
That whole area in general turns into a choke point sometimes, but there's so many ways to get out of that
yeah,
that normally it just turns into those teams decided to be there just because everyone's there.
yeah.
But
Where
the fight tends to shift a lot in that map, and I think that's one of the better things about it.
Mm-hmm.
where Mountain it just had like, hey, you have to go through here or just turtle up.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, people erred on the side of turtle up.
yeah, that's
And
what
you don't
they.
have to think. You don't have to think about it too much if you just turtle up. Just let other people take responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's actually the mistake people were making there on B side too much was trying to turtle up in the old spots, and now that you can just kind of stand and shoot people from that, like, yeah, I think that was kind of the issue, and nobody was taking use of that little extra spot in the side corner.
Yeah. Because the original changes were trying to deter that, and then they realized, well, people are still trying to do it, and they're finding other spots to do it at. We might as well just make it easier for other people to hit them from those spots instead of just blocking them. Because that was a failure.
But other than that, it had the side. I think that's it. Side in that opening, pretty much. The two changes.
Those are the two bigger ones that I feel like they pointed out the other sniper bit near side A is a little bit more open, but I haven't really noticed it. It
They
seems about
also
the same.
added a bit of a change to the terrain leading out of the side tunnel, like outside of just a little like
Oh
side
yeah, that
rim.
is kind of nice.
The little like lower to ground outside the tunnel is there too, so it's not just flat. You like boost out into a little trench type of thing almost.
Mhm.
I think the idea there is that it's supposed to be harder to just get blasted as you're leaving out of that side area. Um, since there's no just flat ground there, I think is what they said.
Mhm. Since you're
But I
not
think the
forced to
support on
land.
top of the arch is going to blow you up anyway. But whatever.
I mean, I felt a lot more vulnerable up there on that arch. I don't know why, but it's just felt awkward to go up there anymore.
It gives you more free reign once you actually get a good foothold though.
That's
Like I
true.
was able to wreak havoc with a support as a I think a guard custom. We were just nailing them
Well, like,
from the other side.
yeah, where you're at right now, the that side, and like, it feels pretty good to get up there. But
Yeah.
when you're trying to push out of that and your team isn't pushing out, then like getting up there is just a death trap for supports for the most part. And again, that's like the teams I had would be over there on B side, just stay next to that capture point pretty much, and just try to turtle up. That was the biggest problem. So we had a lot of defeats on that one. Then the other big thing, I mean, has anyone played the Dark Space and felt the change? I guess would be the way to phrase it.
I've
Not really,
noticed the
no.
debris moving, but it comes so late, and most of the time they're in places that don't really matter.
Yeah. Like, oh well, that's cool, I guess. But
Like it's nice to notice, but that's about all you do is just notice it.
yeah, so
I'm sure there are some people who are maximum sweated and have like incorporated them into their routines on that map, but
maximum
I haven't,
oversweat.
I haven't really bothered. It's nice for it to be different though, and it feels like at the same time the change is harmless enough that it hasn't fucked up too much of the meta or flow of that map, because that's one of the nicer ones anyway. They didn't really need to do anything to it.
Yeah, that almost seems like a more of like a swag change. It's like, hey, look what we can do with the battle operation engine.
Yeah,
Isn't
we're
it
like,
fancy? Look at that.
we got
We
dynamic
got the
Guys,
maps.
small
guys
space
out
debris
in
was nice. We
space.
can make the big debris move around too.
Now the big dynamic map change though was the new variant for the port base, and I love port base. One of my 2 favorite maps. So I
Yeah, that
got
was
3
really
favorite
fun.
maps now. Like,
My favorite map is port base,
yeah,
and port base night.
we got port base is it supposed to be morning or is it supposed to be, it kind of looks more like evening.
Yeah, it
Originally,
says
it was
port base
supposed to
day.
say. Originally, they were saying dawn in the old notes, and then they just put it to day.
So that's daytime at port base. What is a normal?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go. I think Wi-Fi
It might have
caught
come
back
out
up.
weird. You guys like moving in slow motion for me.
You
But,
went, you froze, and then you were just like really fast. And then
gotcha. You guys have been doing that for me too, so it's probably just my connection being funny. But like, if the new match is port base day, what time of the day is the normal port base at?
It's
super
at
day.
noon.
Also day. But no, the changes are pretty cool. I know we talked about them last week, but actually being able to play on the map is pretty interesting. See a lot of people get on the HLV like landing spots or launch spots now.
And just fucking around on them, yeah.
Like, I have to say, just seeing those take off though, like I saw a Pixie like boosting toward it, and then I'm like, I'm a support, I'm the Dom Barrage, I'm just gonna be over here in this area, and then it like launched up. I'm like, I am actually terrified right now. There could be a Pixie
Mm-hmm.
coming at my face out of this smoke. Oh no, what have I done? Luckily there
I actually
wasn't
didn't
any
try that.
Pixie.
How so you can get on underneath it before it's like off? Like I wonder like how long it takes for you to actually be able to go underneath it after it like
Well,
lifts off
as
the
it's
launch pad.
lifting off, it starts creating smoke to the side though. So even
Oh.
down around it in the normal spot where you would stand,
Oh.
you just can't
Mhm.
see anything. It's just smoke in that
Oh.
area. So just
Oh.
straight launching off, and you know, a Pixie could just be in that, and no big deal.
Were you able to
Right.
go under here as a pilot before?
Hang on.
Under the
Under where?
HLVs?
Probably not. Although I've never actually checked.
Yeah, I
Can I
don't.
like oh hey.
Hang on, I gotta bring that up real quick.
To normal port base.
There we go. I've got it on the thing. The funny thing is, I'm capturing, or I've got it on your stream, so it's us, and then the small, really small screen. But that
Just
works.
stay down there, Gustav. You might get incinerated
Yeah, I was
by the
gonna say
engines
I'm
when you
waiting to
take
see
off.
if it'll
Yeah, I
happen.
want to see if anything happens.
I put my suit over here because someone like very early on when it was introduced, someone was implying that if you're too close to it when it's launching, it might actually damage your suit. I don't think that's true.
That'd
Though.
be. I don't think they would implement
They should,
something
and
like
it would
that.
be cool. But yeah, they probably didn't.
Like maybe it might just knock you, stagger you,
Oh,
which
the
would
other one's
also kind
gone.
of suck.
This one's gonna be going
But
soon.
oh no, you pick the last one that takes off, Gustav. That one's getting ready to go. You just gotta stay committed. Hopefully we have this. So Magnum are people gonna actually be able to see this on the podcast?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
what I'm
good.
working on right now. I just cropped it down so it actually kind of looks okay.
We're just waiting here with bated breath for the last
Yeah,
HOV
for
to take
real.
off.
So the big thing is when they take off, you got so much room to fire around it. Like, I want to play this 550 and just be a Zomo, man. Like
Oh
the
my God.
one map that I want to play the Zomo on. Just hover around
It'll
that
just
because your
turn into
gun's
a
like
giant Zombie platform.
it covers half of your suit and you just kind of can hover around it and shoot anything because your cannon's like way up here. So
Mhm.
it's actually like I love peeking and getting those shots off. Like just your cannon's the only thing sticking up over the rock, and you're just like, and then make somebody take a knee. The only thing is you got to be able to aim to pull that off, which is my biggest problem. Because you're constantly like boosting up toward a hill or whatever. Like on the desert map, for instance, you're over there at one of the points. You know how the sand you can kind of go up, but it's really hard to get over the top of. Like I love peeking with that thing, just the cannon, and you can get some cool shots, but it's really hard to aim that thing. So the shot it, the HOV explodes. Oh man.
So that's the more obvious change. Besides the lighting, and in general, I don't know if it's just the lighting, but the map looks a little bit nicer in some spots.
I want to see a night map now. I really want to see a night map.
I wonder
That's
how
because
full they would go on with the darkness on that, though.
the mood factor for port base for port base day is at the optimum levels. You could make out there as well.
Just have random like soldiers plowing on the HLV, like, oh, there goes the launch.
Trying to find it. I think this is it. I've been watching this new anime called yeah, this is it. It's like Rike ga Koi no Chita no de Shome Shite Mita
Okay,
or
so it's a
whatever.
light novel. Got it.
Yep. And it's based on these like scientist people who like it's kind of
Oh,
like
you're trying to
Love is
discover.
War,
Yeah,
but with
I know what that
scientists.
is.
Yeah. And the last episode they're trying to like quantify like
Oh,
the mood of a particular area.
I'm
So
alive.
that's what I was referring to. The mood factor in the port base is just too good.
You're overpowered. You're taking rocket to the face.
Yeah,
No
pilots are
big deal.
secretly OP.
Okay, so yeah, you can't die under there unless you did get damaged.
Oh well.
That
Yeah, that's
figures.
pretty. That's still pretty awesome that you could get under there as a pilot, though. Like, talk about easy way to run away and hide.
Just sit there out
Yeah.
of protest, like, nah, fuck you guys, I'm not playing this game no more.
Like, well, I mean, even still, right next to C there, you could just yeet out of your suit right into that hiding spot. They can't do anything about it, and you just like come out on the other side and go capture the point once they've like
Mhm.
given up. Like, that's actually pretty strong. I mean, obviously, maybe that's why the C side ones like launch so quickly,
First.
because that would probably be something that people were using. Because originally they showed it, they all launched at the same time. So I wonder if that was something that they changed because of that.
They might have. Or just for presentation's sake.
Maybe. But it's
Because the other
definitely.
thing, there really is a shit ton of smoke that comes out when these launch.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. Is like I was so afraid that there would be a pixie coming out of the smoke. I was like, I got my headphones on. I can hear. I can hear. Listen for footsteps. Like just all of a sudden, choom, choom,
Just keep an eye
no,
out for it.
fire everything into the smoke. Like launch my missile barrage and hope for the best.
I
But
always had to go purely by like sight just because I always have music going on the stream. So
yeah, I've got like each of the like this headset is my favorite headset just because there's actually 5 speakers in it. So
Mhm.
I normally can like actually hear the step coming from a direction where the music just kind of is around. So it's easy to listen to music and actually still be able to hear things like so I could probably play like Tarkov or something and actually be able to hear footsteps really easy with this headset. I used to do it with Daisy back in the day.
Mhm.
So too bad the new like DayZ and PUBG they need to get their sound stuff fixed. Just saying, because I can't stand because this headset's so specific with the direction that it's like, oh, they're above me, and they're just like right there looking at my face, and I'm like, wait a minute, what? Come on. So PUBG gets me with that sometimes, just because it's more directional rather than they don't have much verticality with their sound. But
Seems like it make it a little bit hard because it can be a really big deal in those type of things for sure.
yeah, every now and then, like especially landing at like the hospital or school or something, it's like they sound like they're upstairs, but then they're like right there in front of you, and it's like, wait a minute, what was that? But anyway, so yeah, the HOV stuff though, like I think it's amazing. Sadly, you still can't get up there, but
Yeah, still don't let us get up on the platforms, but I mean, you have less of a reason to now because you can't. The
yeah,
anchovies aren't there
yeah.
anymore.
But you'd be more of a target at that point. You're just saying, "Shoot me!" But
Just use it as a diving board to eat onto someone's face at the platform.
actually, real quick, lay down right there in one of those um things. And I know that's very specific, but if you kind of like
Lay down the thing.
yeah, those that you're looking at in front of you, you can kind of like lay down and use those as like small cover, and your
Yeah,
cannon will stick just over it. So I saw some people doing that, and it was actually annoying trying to missile barrage them with the Dom barrage. I was like,
yeah,
"What? This is new type level 200 IQ strats. What's going on here?"
because it's just tall enough that you have to jump up here.
Yeah.
So you're still taking a risk on landing and getting nailed.
So actually getting up there is works out really well.
It's really weird that they go out of their way to like have it do the gun cannon pose, and the cannon's the only thing you can use, even though you have
The
the
missile, yeah,
missiles.
that is a weird thing. Can you
Kind of stupid.
you can't swap to the missiles at all?
No
Wow, that's actually that doesn't make any sense.
video
Uh,
game. Why are you dumb
By the way, I'm
sometimes?
I'm jealous that you have that suit. Like I really wanted
Yeah,
it. I
that's
knew the GBO days, which I couldn't remember why. I was like, why don't I have tokens for this guaranteed
you just tried
3-star?
to.
And I was like, oh yeah, because I really wanted this suit because I love the Type D. Like the Type D is one of my favorite uh, general types now. But
Yeah, this is pretty good.
yeah, that suit. Oh, the beam. Like what? You get 4 shots out of it. Like if you shoot a raid, their legs are gone with those 4 beam shots. It's kind of gross.
That was a little bit more than 4, I think.
Is it 5? Either way, I was in the quell, and then just one of those looked at me and was just like pew 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 pew, and I was just like, oh, my legs are gone. They just
One,
shot
two,
me 4
oh,
times. I literally didn't like get to do anything.
that's like
It
9
was
shots. Fuck.
wait for real? Was it that many? Damn. But yeah. So overall, I love this. I like that they're doing this change, like not only changes with the maps, but they're
7.
coming out with these variants. The dynamic maps are cool, so I can't wait to see this new game mode. Like for real, like they could be doing like moving bases or something. Who knows? Whenever we get a new map
Straight up
with it,
just Titan. I'd appreciate
like,
that.
oh,
Maybe scenario battles or
what was that?
historic shit.
I was switching my cam thing real quick. Hold
It
on, let me get
popped up
this
with a
little.
big message like error unavailable.
Yeah, sorry, I've been taken out.
Oh, you're trying to get the chroma going with
Yeah, I was
crew?
messing around with it. Yeah.
But
Oh,
Yeah, if we all end up getting like some kind of green screen thing going or like blue background thing going or something, we can add it to the thing. Everybody have their own cockpit. But
Yeah, just I'll just play around. I can play around with some during the podcast. Also makes the quality better when I use this.
but so any other thoughts on the variation of port base?
that was the
That's
biggest
pretty neat.
change.
Definitely
Megan's
one
Ports
nightmare.
rejoice.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like another port base. Yeah. I got three favorite maps now. Port base variation, and mountain.
Oh my god.
Whoa, no.
Oh,
Whoa.
oh.
Omega Brain plays. Filters are too powerful.
Wait, what filter? Like, is this your like actual camera filter or?
Yeah, like literal like 6 head. Be like this for the rest of the podcast.
Oh no.
The Ultima Brain.
Yeah, so I have mastered the Zoc, and now I'm like this. I'm a battle operation genius.
This is what happens when you master the Zoc, so be prepared.
I sacrificed my vanity to become a grade S Zoc player.
Oh man.
When people see my name in matches, they see the Zoc, they don't dodge because they know that I am the mega mind of battle operation.
Oh my god.
I'm back. It only lasts a little bit. You get the new type spark, and then it's gone.
But okay, so next, I guess GBO days. We want to talk about that. 'Cause that's definitely a thing that I'm glad they're doing. Like, it's about time we got some guaranteed suit kind of thing going.
AKA Gundam welfare.
Pretty much. I mean, the thing is, this is just not for this is ongoing every month now. The first Thursday to Sunday of the month.
The first week of the month.
So, which I guess for us is Wednesday to Saturday.
Is it Wednesday or is it just Thursday?
Well, technically update is
Comes
when
with
we
the
got
reset,
the first
yeah.
one. So I think it comes with the update time, maybe, or it's the reset on that Wednesday from now on, something like that. But either way, four total mobile suits. So the cool thing is, if you see a Gao carrier or a fat uncle, I almost called it a fat ass. That's what if it doesn't give me a good suit, it's a fat ass. That's all that thing is. So the fat uncle or the Gao carrier, like, if you actually see one of those, it's gonna be a mobile suit. Oh look, Emblem found the nighttime map.
Oh.
I'm now Mystery Man. Don't mind me.
Hang on, you gotta have one of those.
I'm under government protection right now.
Guys, we got a special interview with somebody from Bandai Namco to come in and talk about.
They actually got Kobe.
Don't let anyone know about this, but the new game mode has been confirmed to be Battle Royale Gundam.
Oh
Gundam
no!
Battle Royale.
No.
You say that, but what if it is?
No, for real though. Free for all. Free for all. That's what it's gonna be.
Would be fine.
That's what it's gonna be.
Free for all to be simple battles. So I mean,
I'm
I've been fine.
I'm calling it free for all.
It's just gonna be versus.
How do I reset this though? Like,
I'm gonna call it right now. It's free for all. Yep. Oh gosh, it's broke.
I'll figure out how. I just clicked the thing and it did this, and then I unclicked it and it didn't. And I was like, oh, it'll fix itself. It did. Spoilers, it did not fix itself.
But I lost my train of thought when I noticed the camera. So where were we at? We were somewhere.
I got this.
But I think we
You're talking
variation.
about GBO days in
Oh,
general.
GBO days, that's what it was. Okay, so yeah, now if you get a Gal carrier, then it's actually a suit. It's a guaranteed suit. It's not going to be a weapon. The fat uncle won't just automatically be, a fat ass for giving you a weapon. So, by the way, though, I did get the Gatling level 3 for the Dom Barrage. I just need the level 3 Dom Barrage now.
Yeah, I got the
And
2 recently, so I'm happy about that.
I want to get the 2 as well, but like I'm so happy to get the 3.
I tried rolling for this week's suit, and I got the stupid what was it, level 2 Jaeger, but I don't have the level 2 rifle for it.
Yeah, I know. I got the level 3, but I got the level 1 rifle, so I'm just like, oh man.
XSplit.
So the free spin that comes for those days pulls from the entire list. It's not curated.
Yeah, so that's another thing.
Kind of what you'd expect.
Yeah, it's from the entire list. So like when you're getting the gold box, then you've got a lot to get. But the good news is if you're getting a gold box, at the very least you get like one free enhancement, 3-day enhancement. Because it's what? Is it 16 tickets or is it 14? I mean for the 3 days it's 14 to pay for it, but I forget how many recycle tickets you get if you get a repeat suit, because you get the same number of enhancement tickets as you do recycle tickets. So
yeah, it varies on rarity.
I wanted to say it was.
Yeah.
I wanted to say the yeah. If you're getting a gold box, then you're getting the 3-star suit. Then, it's.
I want to say it's 14.
Yeah, that's what I thought. For some reason, 16 kept popping into my head. So, but I want to say 14. Either way, free 3-day enhancement, not too bad. So you can put it. If you get a repeat, you can just put it toward your favorite suit, which is kind of cool. So,
Yeah, it just goes through the whole pool, so don't be surprised if you get like a Zaku 2 or GM or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a GM today. That shit sucked.
Yeah, I think I got a ground GM or something. I was just like, okay, cool, 2 tickets.
It's like a
But
level 4 regular GM.
yeah, at least it's a guaranteed suit though. So that's the other thing. You're either getting enhancement or you're getting, enhancement tickets with it most likely. So that'll be cool to fill out a lot of people's enhancement that they don't want to spend their slots for at the very least. And then of course new players. That's guaranteed suits for new players right now, which is really awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's always a nice little bonus.
And then since it's once a month, you can save up. That's a week and a half of tokens. Save up once a month. Save your 30 tokens for that free or the guaranteed 3-star, which again, awesome for new players.
I'm trying to see if they like changed anything else in the update.
I would just say the big takeaway from that is if
Pale Rider got added.
It's just if they want to get new stuff. Like if they're not trying to get the new banner and they just want to get like new suits, I think it's good for that. Because I mean, ultimately, if you want to get the banner unit, you should roll on the banner. But I mean, just from the sake of making stuff accessible to newer players, I agree. I think it is very good.
New and returning players.
Oh, yeah, and that's the other thing too. So double rewards for everybody. So double DP.
That's pretty nice.
So 2 times DP is, I guess, what I should say,
Every
because
match.
yeah, so you automatically get 2 times bonus. So if you're popping emblems or medals and stuff during this, if people weld and you see some gold medals popped, then that gets stacked up with your daily and everything else. So really cool. Now's the time to grind out that CP for your clan. I think we actually ended up leveling up today, and we still had like a couple of thousand or whatever just to finish it off. So that was pretty nice. That got finished up, and yeah, this past night. So that's really cool. Also, what I'm going to be doing probably later before I go to bed is I'm going to be logging on to my alt, because I definitely have way too many alts. So
Yeah.
I can get on and put one into the clan since we have room, and then do.
You guys have Smurf accounts over
and
there.
then yeah, so I'll just switch. Well, I mean they're all like A pretty much. So I'll be getting like the max CP for it, and then 5 times instead of just 2 times bonus. So every match is 5 times the CP. So if I also save up tokens on those and get the banner suit, which is going to be my strategy, then I get the monthly suit bonus, and then you can get 5 times on all of that. because monthly suit, by the way, gives you CP. I found out. So
Well, with your new strats, I feel my my ability to save getting more powerful. I mean, you're equipping everybody with all these cool assets.
I was waiting for
I have
something.
knowledge now that I didn't have before. I now know.
Only the
I know
biggest
what is
brave
good
plays
in
here.
battle operation now. I can confirm melee swings and get in there with the Zoc.
Your
You're
clan
ready.
level is going to be so high now with that information. Oh man, I think we have like now that needs a clip. But so yeah, the what else? I think that's it. Oh yeah, new players are 14 days or less. You're counted as a new player, and if you haven't played for 45 days, so I'll pretty much be cycling out 2 accounts each time and just not playing on one for a while. Or if I do like maybe 3 just to do the token thing that I was talking about, so that I could actually maybe get the monthly suit. But that's my strat to kind of help boost the clan up a little bit, because 5 times is definitely going to be better than 2 times. And as long as I use one of the ones that's up at A rank, then it's a whole lot better. But
It's interesting that they went with 45 just to make sure that people aren't waiting on purpose just to get like more bonuses.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it with 45 days, it gets to the point to where like whatever you're gaining, you would
Yeah.
have gotten just by playing the game. You know?
well,
Like several more, even just because of all the emblems and stuff you could have been using.
here's my argument for that. Now, of course, this is only 4 days, right? But the 3 times bonus that was going on for the anniversary, a friend of mine got on and just played, and he got to ensign in just like a week or week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that, from um the anniversary event. You know, when all the GPO1, GPO2, and stuff was coming out. So, like, that was a pretty big deal getting that ×3 bonus. So
I don't know though. Like nothing can make up those tokens you lost without spending money though.
yeah, that's kind of true.
Because
The
that's
only
just
thing,
straight up money.
I mean, as far as like for newer players though, or anybody that's not Master Sergeant 8 though, then he was able to get there and buy all the parts that he needed pretty much just from the anniversary event, getting that ×3 bonus. So, I mean, that might, if you just knew that you were going to have those 4 days to just no life it, then you could take a month and a half
Take a
hiatus.
month. Take a take a month and
Spoiler
a half
alert,
break.
just don't do that.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is an extreme case.
Yeah, this would be, yeah, like this is not a recommended strategy. But yeah, like it is theoretically something you could really take advantage of if you had alt accounts that needed to be boosted up in their rank. So, but that would probably be the only thing I would use it for, other than, I mean, I'm just doing it for the clan stuff for myself.
Yeah, I mean, in your sense, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Or your case, it makes sense just because you've got all these accounts floating around, and I mean, realistically, you're probably not planning on playing all of them.
No.
So you know, if you can just have alts that get you the bonus, you know, good game like we're in there. But I think for the normal player, unless you just actually are going to be gone for a long time, you should just play the game.
Yeah. But if you suddenly had like a huge trip and you were going to be gone for a month and like a week or so, maybe waiting that extra little bit if it was about to be the next month or something. But I know a couple of people who that would almost work for. But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, GBO days, pretty cool, pretty legit. So
Yeah, I think any just unsolicited free bonus is nice. It's just there, like something to work on. I I think it's pretty good. I agree.
I honestly feel like though they're probably going to come out with some really cool suit every time this is going on. because there's gonna be like guaranteed 3-star or the Goof flight type. Goof flight
I
type.
don't know. Depending on who you ask, it's a no-brainer. But I feel like that for me, it's like, oh, I'm not spending any tokens on this. Give me the chance of that goof, baby.
Yeah.
Cue there being a subscription thing for this later on down the line.
That'd be interesting.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then it's GBO day every day for you.
Sign up for new type perks. ×2 experience at
It's
every
just straight up
match.
new type pass.
Hmm.
Yeah, you get a daily allowance of 2 or 3 extra coins. Is you get double the tokens for the day, because you get 3 for logging in and then you're 3 for doing dailies.
I mean, if it
Priority queues will extend the
okay, no, no,
entirely-
no,
an
no, don't
entirely
say that.
different-
Don't say that one. No,
An
no.
entirely different login page just for subscribers.
You kind of almost had me with the token edition kind of thing. I was like, that actually could be worth it because you'd be getting them over the, you'd have to log in, right? You get them each day still, and you just get double essentially. You get
And you get free hanger skips while you're at it.
That alternate login screen is a picture of Tomino in a bathtub filled with the tokens.
Oh no.
What I mean is on the login bonus, you get a whole different page just for being a subscriber on top of the.
Yeah, like the as soon as you said though, like connection priority or whatever, I was like, oh no, no, no.
You guys are paying for the servers, so
We take 10 hours off of your hangar times.
no, you just get to skip. You have several like free just hanger skips.
Oh, and they also have to add a VIP hangar for sure.
Yeah,
5 suits up. Yeah.
with extra capacity.
Yeah, you get one extra slot, and like you get 14 of each of the tickets or something.
A heightened chance of better success rates.
Paid RNG. Oh
Ooh.
no.
This is getting a little too. I mean, it kind of worked for stuff like Elder Scrolls Online does their model. Like you can actually get some useful stuff from their like paid currency that you actually get for the monthly subscription. I mean, honestly, the only reason why people subscribe to Elder Scrolls Online is for the crafting bag that holds all your crafting materials.
Right.
Like, my character can't access his bank at all, like because there's just 5 million like extra items, and like the crafting bag. If I take anything out, it's just like now it's stuck in your inventory. Hope you have a mule character. But
What Gustav said.
wait, what?
Yeah, we have another suit to talk about before we actually move on to this week's stuff.
Oh yeah, technically we have the what you've been running around with.
Yeah. Did anyone else get it? I guess we should start with that.
No, that maybe that's why I'm like trying to just skip over it, other than being like, I wish I had that. I know I said that, and I'm just like, I just need to forget about it. I'm hoping it's like a repeat of the Type D, and like here in 2 weeks I'll do a 10 spin and then just suddenly get it and be like, yes.
What about you, Emblem?
No, I was still on the road when the suit came out, and I was kind of like, oh, thank God, a banner I can not have to worry about. I was like, please don't have Zeta Gundam come out today. Please don't have Zeta Gundam. It's like, oh, okay.
2 weeks in a row, still no Zeta, no Marseille.
I think we still have a bit of time to wait. I think we'll see some introductory transformable unit before we have a chance to see in Zeta Gundam.
Yeah, people are still leaning on Ashimar right now.
Yeah, I think the
I'm hearing
Ashimar
that a lot more in chats
are going to be pretty good for leading up to it. I hope the Memphis isn't the first one, because the first the first one of the new types of suits generally kind of is underwhelming. So
The methods
Hey,
is
I
kind of
will say
underwhelming
though,
though.
like the test type with the changes of how fast it moves left and right now too, it just feels so good. Like I was like, oh well, this is really cool. I get to shoot and do stuff that I like to do. I like to intensify that barrage. Now I'm like, I get to move fast and intensify that barrage. Like
Right.
I love just bullying and terrorizing raids. Yes.
And then the other thing from last week's update was that level 3 Pale Riders
Oh
have been
yeah.
added for both the space type and the ground type.
Yeah, so that was
Putting them
actually
firmly in 500.
like they're doing pretty good so far in 550 games. I've been seeing the Rider ground. I mean, it's a
Yep.
really good suit anyway.
People
So
rocking that big iron life.
yeah, like
And you got that extra versatility with the dual sabers. So
the cannon's just gross though, for real. It is.
that cannon's fucking nasty and it's really cool.
Real quick on the suit, last week's banner suit though. The cannon to missiles like seems to be pretty solid. Like how big is the ASL on the missiles?
ASL. Not very big. In fact, I don't know if it even. Hold
Oh,
on.
it doesn't, does it?
Let me see. I'm gonna go look at some.
Wait, no,
other
it
stuff.
does. I see a little circle there, I think.
I see the little circle, but
Yeah.
like very slight.
So
That's a small
it's a
reticle.
very small ASL for it.
But like you see that? It's like very right on the edge. That's like as far as you can go. But the amount of time that it takes to lock on and the speed of which a lot of these suits are going to be moving at,
Yeah,
you're
you
really
wanna
going to have to just lead a lot. Like this is if, say, these guys are a mid movement and you are already leading them, but they like jutted to another direction. Maybe a couple of those would be able to get on there with the ASL.
it's kind of the same thing with the Super Gundam, pretty much like its
Also, the
missiles.
interesting thing, I don't think the missiles actually stagger with consecutive.
Really?
No.
Okay, well that one died before.
No. Nothing. But
Wow.
the wrist beam does.
Oh yeah, it definitely does.
That's about in I think 4 or 5 hits it actually does. So that's not
And
too bad.
and it's really good at destroying legs.
Yeah. It's also just very intimidating because like all of the things that this hits with, even if it's not doing stun, it's doing flinch. So if you have someone who's not used to either having good timing or mashing out their commands, it's gonna interrupt a lot of the things that they're doing. As long as you can keep that barrage going.
Intensify that barrage.
Yep, and that's pretty much what this thing's good at. And the fact that it has a combo controller is always a good plus.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the big things is that it's just a general type and it's got maneuver armor. So if you're like,
Trying to get in on somebody. And you can put some speed on this thing, so that's not bad. And Vulcans, because it doesn't make sense for a suit to not have Vulcans after a certain point. It's kind of stupid that some don't.
I'll say too, from my thoughts standpoint, it's amazing the suit. Like, I'm not denying the damage it does, and I'm not even necessarily saying the suit itself is bad. But unlike the cancer cannon general that they added, this one feels like it's a bit easier to engage as a raid too, just because it doesn't have a shield, maneuver armor, but it doesn't have a dodge roll. So just like the other support, like once you've initiated on it, you confirmed your hit, or just or something, like you're in, and it's pretty awesome. Like it's a strong, but it doesn't feel. Am I coming in all right? I just noticed my connection was a
yeah,
little weird.
you were lagging a
It
bit, but
was lagging a little bit, but yeah.
you could understand it.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like as a raid, it's got anything that was just like, oh, I get the stagger, but you rolled out, or you know, maybe like I hit the shield, or it doesn't have like maneuver armor and explosive reactive, or something like that. So it feels engageable as a raid. Like it actually the balance on the suit feels fine, I guess I would say. Like, and just like other support type suits, once you actually get it on it, you can pretty much do raid things to it, which is pretty nice. So it's pretty neat. It's not super scary. Like, it still hurts, but it's not like, well, that thing has a shotgun. I need to go cry in my corner now or anything like that. So it's approachable, which I think is pretty cool as a raid. At least to me, it feels approachable as a raid player. You want to see it and be like, oh well, oh, that's a support. Like, oh no, it's the general version. You can still be like, well, I'm gonna kill him too, kind of thing. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I've been getting in on that knocked life, so I'm kind of getting there with that kind of feeling. So definitely kind of understandable with that. But I don't know. I still like the play style though. That's definitely fits my play style.
And I mean, if stuff like the G-Line Assault or even the prior Cancer Cannon Blue are an indication, just cannons are just really powerful in general. Ports have always been good, and giving them to the other classes, even in like a kind of lesser form, like depending on how you look at it, it just kind of just shows that being able to hit somebody with an artillery shell in this game seems very powerful. So I think unless the suit's just overall poorly made,
Mhm.
having access to it is just nice for the most part. I mean, honestly, just looking at like the G line, if it has a
I
problem,
was
it's the
say
fact
the
that
assault definitely proved that
yeah,
point.
Oh yeah.
yeah, if it has a problem, it's more the fact that the lance takes too long to ready up between
Mhm.
combos, in my opinion. So
And
I mean,
mostly just the downswing too. But it's
mhm.
such a big feature of that weapon that it sucks that it just takes that long.
Yeah, and I more mean like I think the downswing's fine. I more mean like the time that it takes the bar to fill up for you to use it again.
Mm.
Oh
Um,
okay.
like for that particular suit, it's kind of rough, but the shotgun as a follow up option on the ground and stuff makes it nice. And I mean, I'm sure you have with the newer with the full armor Gundam, you have ground type or whatever it's called. You have really good options besides just using your beam rifle or your beam saber to follow up after you do like a cannon stagger into a knockdown. Probably just like shoot them with your gun or light them up with missiles or something like that. So it seems pretty nice.
Yeah, the beam that it has, I didn't realize it had that many shots before it actually would overheat. That is crazy. Or have to recharge whatever it is.
Yeah, no cap system in this. Straight generator.
That's pretty. I thought it was only like 4. Like, man, that's like what 6 or 8 or something. That's pretty
Yeah.
insane.
I think
Like,
about
and
7 or so, but still, yeah, it's intense.
I'm
It's
kind of curious. Does it have the text on it where it's like this is good at destroying parts? Because again, I feel like every time I've
it's
seen
good at
one,
destroying parts for sure.
yeah, every time I've seen one as a raid, like, and they're like good at shooting legs, they're just like, yo, by the way, your legs are gone.
Mhm.
Where'd it go?
But okay, anything we missed from last week?
Let's see. That was the other big thing was just making sure we covered the Pale Rider existing.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. I love the Pell Rider suits. Now that I got the Pell Rider uh round heavy arms or whatever it is, like that thing is amazing.
There are a few minor things like there's an issue with clans getting CP.
Oh yeah, so they've
Yeah, probably, well, sorry, losing CP. That's been
yeah.
fixed.
Wasn't there some kind of
Let's see.
exploit though going on too? Like
Yeah.
I didn't
I think that's what part of that was.
like you could join a clan somehow, and then like by leaving and joining, you could actually get more tokens. And
Mhm.
they said they were banning people who were actually exploiting that.
I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure. about that one. I found one about like people who joined clans that are level 100 or higher, getting a notification that you get a reward that you don't actually get. But
Oh,
I'm not too sure what you're talking about. I could have missed it.
Yeah, I'll try to find that real quick. But
there's also that thing with the whole weapon pop up when you're about to drop
Yeah.
and it was staying there.
oh yeah,
So a lot of that stuff was around the same time, and they resolved most of it.
yeah, they fixed that within a day. I was gonna make a video post about that, like that night that they put it up, and then like the next day, the next morning, I saw that we're putting in an update right now, and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I
there
think
went
most
that.
importantly, we should just touch on the Battle Up or the GBO Days retweet campaign, where you can get onto Twitter and retweet the stuff about the Battle Operation Day and win one of these fabulous prizes, a
in Japan only.
Balmuda, yeah, a
But you have to
Balmuda
live in
toaster.
Japan.
Yeah, you have to live in Japan. You can get a Dyson V7 Slim 2
That is
or whatever.
amazing. I want that
How
vacuum.
practical.
Like for
Yeah,
real though, I would be like, I that would be amazing to win. Just saying.
I mean, honestly, I
Simoka
got a
fully
shitty
automatic
hand-me-down vac,
coffee
so I'd be
maker.
down for that.
Yeah, same here. I'm just like, hell yeah, dude.
This is from Walmart. And lastly, you can get the UC Gundam Blu-ray for Mobile Suit Gundam 0083.
Oh,
Afterglow of Dione. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be.
Is that like a
They
poster
have
or
a
something?
Blu-ray.
Or is that
it
a
sounds
It
like
says
it's
it's a
some
Blu-ray.
H
oh, it's a
content.
whoa, okay. That's
No,
cool.
it sounds like a Blu-ray version of 0083 or something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they pumped it up to
Afterglow is an
HD or something.
interesting thing to put on there. I'm just saying.
That could be a translation hiccup, though. But I hear what you're saying. I don't know who Dione is, but they are experiencing Afterglow in 0083. But yeah, if you live in Japan, you can. It's going on until the 9th.
Good
So you have
luck to
plenty of
everyone out
time.
there.
Yeah. As of the recording and posting of this video, it is going on through the 9th. So you have like a couple more days to get in there and do some retweets
Good
and
luck,
get yourself a
anybody
toaster.
who lives in
Sorry,
Japan.
toaster oven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure we don't forget that. And I think we'll touch up on it, but there's also a thing about another Operation Base Camp.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, do we want to just go ahead and talk about that real quick?
it's happening. It's
Yeah.
gonna be in Japan.
It's another thing in
I
Japan. But
will lead by saying if I ever go to one, they will have to tie down that tenda standee because I will steal it. My
FBI,
God.
open up.
oh, that is
Dude,
fantastic.
I would love to be able to stream Battle Op and just have like Tenda standing in the background, like during the stream, man. That'd be fucking awesome.
You could probably like use the model like in the game and just kind of like record
It's not the same though.
and then
Yeah,
green
no, it's not the same.
green screen it in.
I mean, at that point, I might as well just like get the character
Have
model
it-
from the game
and
and
just
have
make it a
like,
waifu
go
pillow.
full Chad. And just go full Chad and just like Tenda.
Make
You
it
know?
a VR model. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
if I'm gonna go through all that trouble, I might as well just be
Shit.
Tenda during my stream. But just having like an actual piece of battle operation, like something in my house would be pretty cool.
With the battle operation OC essentially.
Yeah. The pictures on the website are pretty funny. So like it's a shot of some guys doing something on a board and they got a shot of the Tenda standee, people playing battle op, and then like paid actors trading the battle operation and little like
Yeah,
cards you can make as a to like introduce yourself with. Because I can't believe that picture is real. Like
no way.
I'm pretty sure they got people to like,
I
force
think
them
that
to-
right there is why we just don't have those kind of events here. The fact that something
People
as
are
simple
just
as that gives us a sense of misgiving. because we just know that people in the States would never participate at that level.
I don't know. Like maybe it's just because we're like jaded old. Then we're not the target audience for that. Like
Maybe.
maybe like the target demographic for battle operation in Japan like love that kind of stuff. But it's just like
I mean, it's
yeah,
still
they don't
UC,
care.
so I feel like UC in general is pretty crusty in terms of its customer base.
No, I feel you there.
So real quick,
I
here
wasn't even
is
born when this came out.
for example, the act of illegally obtaining level up rewards by joining and leaving level 100 or higher clans multiple times in an abnormal rate. So that was the bug that they fixed, and apparently by doing that you would be able to just get a ton of tokens.
I see.
So this is
Like,
like
nice of those level 100 clans to
the
invite people.
acts of intentionally abusing any unexpected behavior in the game to gain advantages over other pilots are strictly prohibited as stated in the terms of service that everybody read.
Battle Op, I wasn't going out of bounds on port base to escape from thirsty generals on purpose.
My
that.
salvation, as you just to the world.
I thought it was the water part of the map.
I was playing in that guy.
I only did it in MSMs, I promise.
I almost want to
get him.
Hold on, let me go look because this is an alternate map. I want. It's probably not because they probably used the fixed build.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
That'd
awesome.
be hilarious
though.
if they actually left it on accident.
That would be funny if you could still get out of the map. Water map's back. It's in port base day. Don't need a coat because it's the sun's out. Sun's out, fun's out. Go get in the water, boys.
And survey said it's solid. Boo.
I know. Needs more water.
It needs more water. Look at that light on the water. It's so fancy. They even have little water effects for this area that no one fights in.
Yeah, I know. You like shoot rockets in there to make a splash and stuff. It's like, thanks, guys.
Oh, okay. So
how thoughtful.
Here was the bug. Pilots who newly joined. So pretty much, yeah. I'm not gonna read that. That's kind of broken still, even in the English version. So if you joined a clan that's over 100 and then left, and joined another clan that was over 100 and left, and so on, every time those clans would level up, you would also get their rewards.
Oh wow.
So if you join,
technically you weren't out fast enough because of how it was like rotating you out.
Well, you would keep getting every reward every time they leveled up until
for every single clan.
It counted like you were still in every one of those clans. So if you joined 50 level 100 clans, if those 50 leveled up every week, once a week, then you would get 50 extra tokens and 500,000 DP. Yeah, like just every time, if they could level like once a week for each one of those. And that's pretty much in those clans, but you were not in those clans.
You were just none of the participation, all of the benefits.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
So oof. But I mean, obviously people who it would be kind of interesting though, like how many people accidentally did that to how many people. I mean, the obvious people who would be exploiting it would be like in 100 of them or something. All the level 100s, they'd be like, please let me in.
But, as opposed to people who are just like, maybe I'll make my own clan, or just like switching to a friend's clan from whatever they were in originally.
Yeah, if they're like maybe in 5 different ones and it was happening, maybe they're just in one of the groups that actually goes to those live events every whatever. It just knew everybody.
I was trading cards with these guys, and I joined their level 100 clans, and now my Battle Op account is gone.
I've been banned for life.
I mean, that's what they pretty much say down at the bottom too. Your account could be suspended at any notice without prior notice or whatever. At any moment without prior notice. Indefinitely. And it's just like, oh gosh, man. They're like really throwing the ban hammer on this one, which I mean, fair enough.
Straight up Kobe over there being like, I ain't fucking with you.
Speaking of Operation Basecamp, though, kind of like a similar thing. Gundam Perfect Games, I think, is what GPG stands for.
Yes.
Is having a strategy conference, and they're going to be showcasing Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Maxi Boost On,
Yes.
and Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2.
With
That
them.
game we talk about sometimes when we're not tangenting in this podcast.
We tangent? What?
No, no, of course not. But like you have to be in Japan, and it's going to be like a lotto system, but they're going to be showcasing a new game mode
And
at
I
that
think the
event.
actual day for it is like in March or something.
I
Let me
believe
look.
so. I've got it up. Yeah, March 14th.
And again,
Yeah.
you have to be in Japan.
The
But
lottery
if you're
ends this month,
trying,
though.
yeah, like the lottery thing is pretty nice.
They're going to be taking questions as well,
Win a
so that'll be
trip.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's
I'm not saying that any of you guys should leak it because I don't want you to get in. But if you do,
Post it in our Discords.
yes, do it.
Find it
just
underneath the video.
let me know when I'm live. Just send it on Twitter. I got my DMs
I mean,
open.
if you don't have to sign an NDA, then no big deal.
By all means, let us know and hit us up.
We'll put sent by anonymous. We'll actually do some proper news reporting here for Battle Op.
Yeah, you learn from an anonymous source that the new game mode is.
Hey, I'm again calling it free for all. That's got to be it. Like
Free for all is the easy one, I'd figure. Especially since we already have mix up, which is pretty much just versus, but in this game.
pretty much. So anyway, I guess
Real quick, while we're on the topic, sorry, of them doing the new game mode, what do you guys what are your like hopes, or what do you think the new game mode could be?
It's gonna be Battle Royale, but like Battle Royale in this game is probably gonna be more like Counter-Strike, because Counter-Strike did the whole permadeath thing first.
Well, let me ask you this: how many players do you think would be in there? Like, given the
It's
battle
probably
op
gonna
engine,
it's gonna be squads. It'll still be like 5v5, 6.
but like, how many players are going to be in an entire game? Like, do you think battle op can support 100 people in a match? Because no fucking
No.
way.
These servers fucking blow, dude. This shit's
Free
so
game.
bad. Like this game, like the way that it's moving right now and being this smooth is because I'm in a practice match. If I was in an actual match, there is a good chance that not only will people be teleporting into the ether, but this would be like losing frames in the process.
Lag types rejoice.
Especially when these things fucking launch. You want to talk about Counter-Strike? That smoke fucks this game up a little bit.
oh gosh.
It is not fully optimized by any stretch of the imagination. And that's
many
entirely their
players,
fault for making a really like lazy port to other regions using the same fucking servers.
So how many players do you think? I would say my guess would be 20.
Max.
At most.
At
And you'd
most,
be
like,
struggling. Like you guys have to take turns dying just to make sure that this shit doesn't fuck up.
like if you're not
players
on the
die at
server,
the same time the game crashes.
if you have
And if you're
3
not
bars,
playing on a pro, then good fucking luck.
that, and then if you're like on 3 bars that game, you're just gonna be like somebody can tackle you, shoot you twice, and then melee you, and then you tried to tackle, but it just didn't happen. Or even dodge roll. You were just trying to dodge roll. And they get to, tackle you, shoot you a few times, and then melee you 3 times, and then
Yeah.
finally your tackle would have went off, or your dodge roll would have went off, but you're already on the ground.
Just to note that these things that happened, the guy did it while he was standing still in front of you. So you actually didn't see him move. You just took the damage and the recoil of all of
Yeah.
these things.
Or
like,
you just turn
what's going
into just straight turn into a true lag type. I need to go back and find that clip and rename it to true lag type. Or that
Or even
highlight.
just the latency we've been seeing in some of these matches lately. Hit them in like a couple seconds later. Like they finally react. But
will
you're still
say-
moving in real time, so you're doing other damage in the meantime.
I will say one of the biggest things I've had recently is not being able to dodge roll. Kind of why I bring that up. Like, there's a lot of times I'm getting hit with like a cannon, and then I'm like, oh, I should be able to dodge roll, and then suddenly the Dom multi cannon just hits me with like the bazooka, and I'm like, But I'm a general type with a dodge roll. What is this?
Not
You know,
anymore.
not even just the I dodge rolled, but I still took the damage thing. It's just
Mhm.
not even a
Which
dodge
is
roll.
already frustrating and will probably never be out of this game.
Yeah. So
I mean, what you're saying kind of makes me think it'd be cool if there was a suit like they don't need to give it to the bird lime launcher suits because then it'd be like super fucking disgustingly OP. But it'd be cool if there's a weapon that disabled like certain skills,
Mhm.
like dodge rolls. Which I mean, the bird lime launcher would be an
You
amazing
know
one.
what?
Get them
Just
all
give it
sticky.
to the bird lime.
My
that's what
feet are
they
all
need to
sticky.
put
I
on a
can't roll
support.
anymore.
They need to put that on
You mean a
support.
support that's not just a full DPS? Like,
No,
don't
no.
be
I mean,
ridiculous.
no. You do that with the up the DPS.
No, absolutely not.
Just do it with the methods.
Yes,
As
the
a
Mephis
support.
is smoke. The
Transformable
Mephis is
support
lasers.
that
Yeah.
just has a bunch of weird like finger compartment bullshit going on.
For real though.
It's got like a smoke discharger. It's got bird lime. It's got a cable that comes out,
Here, stick this in your mobile suit. It'll fix you up, bud.
or it'll like instantly charge like suits with launchers.
That'd be cool too. Just MBL, just you see an MBL with a Mephis. It's like, oh shit, run, fuck, get out. That's an instant charge. Get the fuck out of here. I'll let you shoot it twice or some nonsense like that. It'll be fun.
For the cable like jettisons and you like stun or something.
Oh no.
Yeah, you get put into overboost status afterwards if you're the Mephis, but
It's like,
get
oh,
the
my
you get a
generator.
MBL. But Magnum, what about you though? Gustav claims it's going to be Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Royale.
Well, I
So,
mean, I've already said free for all. Like I'm
oh
just
right, free for all.
like there. You know, that's I mean, essentially battle royale kind of, but only instead of I mean, just the normal 5v5. Only it's going to be just 10 people or 12 at the other time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, people have taken pretty well
They
the
need
simple
bigger
battle
maps.
too. So like having that many people for a free for all,
I really
where you
actually
don't have to
8.
worry about the team aspect would be pretty nice.
Actually, thinking back to like free for all in like Halo,
Oh my god.
those were some fun tournaments. Just saying, free for all tournaments were
So
pretty
I mean, a
epic.
lot of those games and a lot of those maps, they thrived off having verticality too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And in a game like this where you're in a bunch of giant robots, that's a little tough to do unless you're gonna do it in space. Especially if you don't
Ruin
have
City.
teams, because you're not doing like a lot of like front lines or anything. You're just kind of taking your hits where you can get them.
I mean, if it's
Ruin
simple
City would be
battle,
a good one for it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like essentially kind of what you were saying with the simple battle just being free for all. Like that's what I'm guessing
Yeah.
is
That's
going
what
to
I want
happen.
a simple battle to be. Like when
Like,
I first heard about simple battle, I thought it was gonna be a free for all. So I was like,
Yeah.
awesome. Like
I
free
think a
for all battle,
couple
that sounds
people
cool.
when we were talking about it thought it was gonna be that, and it's just like, nah, it's still team based. You just don't have to worry about all the things that make basic matches plot on a little bit.
Hmm. But yeah, I think it'd be fun. Like again, supports like I think they should that's probably why the map should be bigger. Like if they did it, depending on how many players there are.
Mhm.
Because supports would probably potentially have a bit of a rough time, since some of them are slower. But
I mean, if
honestly,
it's
I
if
kind
it's
of
a free
question.
for all in general, they're gonna have a hard time.
I
Like
kind of
period.
question like how rough it is too, because like in the case of that, like free for all just has randomness. Like it's not like you're being focused by multiple people, which I'm not saying you couldn't be, but I feel like supports kind of thrive on chaos. And
Yeah.
I mean, you're just gonna be blasting these two guys fighting each other. And
oh
like
yeah,
those situations where like you get caught out are gonna happen, but like I almost feel like it may not be as bad. Like people are gonna see a support and be like, oh, support, get him. But it's not like he's gonna have backup from his team because that team doesn't exist. Like at
Mhm.
worst, it's just gonna be like a follow-up from somebody that also happens to be there, and they're probably trying to take out the guy that's whopping on you as well. So it'd be interesting. Like, I don't think supports would be at as much as a disadvantage as it feels like they would be. I think they'd have a pretty good time of it too, honestly. Just the
yeah, for
raw
the most
damage
part.
output.
Like
Mhm.
anything that has like mass AOE for sure is gonna like just decimate.
Oh yeah, I think suits like the heavy Gundam and the Barrage might have a bit of trouble. At least the Barrage has a chest Vulcan, or not chest Vulcan, the chest laser stun.
Yeah.
But just DACA machines that don't have a way to peel people off of themselves, they might have some trouble.
Yeah, like
Um,
they ended up.
They too would have to try to thrive on that chaos, but it's going to be hard when
mhm.
people start looking at them.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a position game for most supports. But
Yeah,
But it's
like World
interesting
Reckoning's
because
gonna have
like
an easy time.
they're part of that dynamic too, because they're going to be pulling everyone who's just mosh pitting in the center away and spreading out the fight.
Mhm.
So it's possible.
yeah,
I feel like they'd have to shrink some of the maps if they're not going to up the capacity for the lobby. But we'll see what they do because we got a couple months to wait.
yeah, I think I'm kind of looking for maybe 10. I think 10 would be fine.
Yeah, I feel like that would probably be a pretty good number too. Maybe like 8, like mix up between 8 and 10. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, it depends on the
Um,
map. Like a couple of the maps, like if it was desert, like 12 would just feel like too many probably.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
8
I
would be
feel like,
fine on
well, we
desert.
know that this game can handle 12 really, so that'll probably be the upper bound and just change it depending on the map.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fair too. Like impact site free for all might be 12 might be a lot. Maybe like 10 at the most,
that would be a
if
mosh
that.
pit.
Hmm.
Mosh pit
It's
site.
way brawling. And I guess kind of just wrap it up. I won't say probably what most people are thinking with, which would be like PvE battles against giant mobile suits.
Mhm.
Instead, I'll keep it on an area where we wouldn't have to worry about a PvE aspect. Um, I've talked about it before, but kind of like a dynamic map that changes as the battle goes on, kind of game mode. Battlefield does it, but like just using an example that
Like
I've used
their
before,
rush
like
mode or whatever.
yeah,
That'd be
so like
cool.
you do the Battle of Oboaku, and um, it would kind of have you'd have to do like the older style gameplay where it's Federation versus Xeon, and it may feel more like a situation battle, but
Yep. Historic
you
battles,
essentially
yay.
yeah you would essentially start on one team would start on the outside of a Boaku, and the other team would and they'd be like the Federation, and the other team would be Xeon, and you have to push to a certain like objective and do something at that objective, maybe as a pilot, to progress to like part two of the stage, where then you would like go from spawning outside of a Boku as the Federation, or and at whatever point for the Xeon, and they'd push the spawns up. So like then after you invade, your objective is to like, I don't know, plant a bomb in Obuaku or whatever they want to make it set up. But like it lets them do like uh s- old kind of like battles from the actual story and make a game mode out of it. And it's pretty cool and dynamic. And they could do it with the engine they have right now.
It
It'd
would
be a
be an
lot of I think it'd
interesting
be
way
way
to
fun.
like another thing that they probably wouldn't do if they actually try to do that sort of mode, but what would be neat is if they had based on the era, they would limit it to certain suits that you could choose. And they would have
Right. That
like
would be nice
either
too.
your own
That'd be
custom
cool.
loadouts or like default loadouts that they give for that period. But then you could also have like hero units for the Gundams or other things like that that would be involved.
I mean, you mentioned it there though, but wasn't the situation battles, wasn't that in the first game?
Yeah,
Yeah, situation
they're
battles
like
were.
operation battles or
Yeah,
something like that.
so
They're called something different.
I wonder if they're just going to put that in actually. That's kind of a good
Well, like
Maybe.
point.
the thing said, it was something that's never been seen in
Oh,
Battle Op.
okay.
So that's why I personally don't think we'll see situation battles,
Right. Which is a
like they were
shame.
in the
It'll be Battle Royale.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, actually, at that point, I kind of the free for all thing would be cool, I guess. But I feel like if they're making this big of a deal about it, that it might actually be something a little more grandiose than.
Well, I think everything we mentioned would fall into the category of what they said, though. They didn't have free for alls in the last game. They sure didn't have battle royale.
Yeah,
And what I'm talking about feels different enough. Well, it feels dynamic enough and different enough to be considered something that hasn't been seen, in my opinion. Because I mean, every single match takes place on a static map,
Mhm.
and like the example I'm talking about would actually transition between like space play and ground play as you move forward.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
May not be realistic. With the way since they had to separate the two engines with the new changes to the space and ground, but be cool. Realistically, like PVE could be something that we see coming up.
And that would be really cool too. I know a lot of people have
I
been
agree.
like, I wish we had this same kind of gameplay with PvE stuff. And I mean, yeah, like
Mhm.
they've been working on their little AI stuff. So once they get them going good enough, then yeah, they could make. I would love to see a PvE just new, like complete, like a story, like
Yeah, the
setting.
Versus series has pretty much abandoned those people. Like that's just not
Yeah.
coming back there ever again.
Like the whole this engine is what I've been wanting out of a Gundam game for a long time. Like this actual gameplay.
Mhm.
So like a
They
lot of the
nailed that
Gundam
part
games.
down really well.
Yeah. So like they use the same gameplay, put it in some single player games. I'm sold. I'll
Mhm.
buy that. Like I would
Was
love to see
Operation
some.
Troy pretty much this though? That was single player, right?
I
Yeah,
think
but it
Troy
was.
also had multiplayer though, didn't it?
I think it
Well,
did.
yeah, but didn't it have a single player aspect too? I'm not sure. I never played it, but I
I'm wanting
thought
to
I
say
don't
yes, or at least the
remember.
tutorial was like that or something. I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
because I know we talked about it before when we were talking
Mhm.
more about the history of the game and like one.
I wanted that game. I was like, yes, this looks amazing. And then Japan only. Sorry, guys, we changed our mind. I was just like,
Got him.
because I remember having like my Game Informer or whatever, just being like, oh, dude. 'Cause a friend of mine was talking about it. Then I was like, I found it right here. It's in this. Look. They're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's not coming out. Because I was like, what happened to it? Yeah. Then we started looking it up. It was just like sad face, man, all over the place. But
Yeah, they're nutting up a little bit less now, and I think it's because they have some other IPs to lean on money wise. That's not too bad.
That's Naruto and Sword Art Online
And Dragon Ball.
and Dragon Ball.
More so
yeah,
Dragon Ball than either of those two, let's be
yeah,
fair.
the Kakarot game, like they definitely they put a lot of work into that.
I don't know though. I feel like there are
Fighter
more
Z
Naruto
kind of
games.
carried their ways, yeah.
But the I like the cutscenes for Kakarot. Those look pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna probably pick that up if it goes on sale.
It's like watching Dragon Ball Z.
Pretty much.
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
They do have
But
some
yeah.
neat like in between sequences though. Nice.
Mhm.
Like when you talk about filler scenes and stuff like that, things that actually like put together some of the other plot points. It's kind of what you hope for. And that's kind of what this game does. So I can appreciate that.
I mean,
Yeah, with something like that, you can kind of pull from the manga as well.
Hmm.
one of the things too is like the side quests though. I heard were kind of just like, here's a bunch of random stuff to do that really isn't worth anything. But hey, we threw a character that here's some, I guess character fan service at least. Like here we
Yeah,
go. Here's
pretty
this
much.
character. Do something useless for them, but and gets like no XP at all. You get 100 XP, and then you go do like the main story quest, and it's like 100,000 XP, and it's just
Yeah,
like,
again, much like we were talking about with Yakuza, like you can do all this other bullshit. You don't really have to if you just want to go through the story.
yeah, which I think is cool that they have it like that too. So that way you don't get too overpowered by doing the side stuff. But
It's just a little bit of fun fan service.
yeah. But I mean, it seems to be a huge game as far as like the scale of how far you can travel from point A to point B. So, but yeah, I'm trying to remember the other complaint. There was something else that I was hearing some complaints about. But yeah, oh, that's what it was. You know what's not in it?
Hmm.
I heard it's over 9,000 isn't in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. People were like, "Why? It's not there." I'm over it.
Oh no, they missed the meme.
I'm gonna have
Not
to.
my May.
That's the first place I heard that from though that it wasn't there was the Angry Joe review, and I have to agree, negative 9,000 out of 10.
It's under 9,000.
But yeah, I'm really sad that it's not there, but oh well. It's still pretty good. I don't know. I think it's good for a
I
like
kind of want to see
anime
Angry Joe
game.
get blown up on the new Versus game when it comes out.
Why get blown up? Sorry.
I want to see Angry Joe get blown up
Oh. Oh man,
on
I
Maxi Boost on. That shit would be hilarious considering how jabbed he got during his Battle Operation 2 stream. Like,
yeah, that was sad to watch. I was
that
like,
was embarrassing.
no. I messaged him say, check it out again. There's a Western release, but I kind of don't know if that would have been a good or a bad thing again.
Probably would have just been worse.
But maybe if he has what's his name, check it out, then it would probably go better. But yeah, anyway, so I guess the next or I guess the last big thing really, unless we want to kind of go over the patch notes real quick of what we got,
Oh, for
and
the
then we
this week.
want to cover the flight type, or do we want to talk about the actual notes and like ticket shop editions and stuff?
We can go over the notes real quick. You had the flight type though, right?
No,
I do.
I only have the
You
test.
did. Emblem's the only one that does. Then
It feels good, but the little, like you said, patch notes and stuff.
So, the big notes is they just made the Zogok feel a little bit better, move side to side, a little bit faster, rotate faster,
Mhm.
and I mean, there's nothing too crazy with it. It's like I kind of don't like the increased rotation speed when I'm like using a beam weapon. If I've been playing a suit and
Yeah.
practicing it, because as soon as like it's like popping exam or something. As soon as I've got a beam weapon and I pop exam, I go from like, yeah, I've been shooting you, haha, and then exam, missed, crap,
For the
no,
Zogak though, that sounds amazing just because
oh
it's
yeah,
always happening on the swivel because it's using a shit ton of melee. Not to
it,
mention you can track with those blades a little bit better now. So
yep.
Yeah, the turning speed.
And then and then all it has that fires other than that is the Sturmfaust. So you're just like,
Surfhouse.
I mean that kind of stuff. You definitely want to be able to rotate as fast as possible. So yeah, I think
Maybe
that's
help you
pretty awesome.
from staggering yourself because you have long, gangly arms shooting out a Sternfaust.
Mhm.
That
It
is
means
one
you can
thing.
also hook that hook a little bit faster on the neutral for the fist, which is gonna be hilarious. See people bring it around almost like 180 degrees. Just what? So that'll be interesting. The recycled ticket shop had a huge infusion of shit apparently.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
The Alex level 2 is in there and I didn't have enough. It makes me sad.
I do have enough, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. I'm waiting for my
I wouldn't get it
supports.
Give me
personally.
your tickets, and your tickets are now forfeit.
Hey, supports are coming up. I do not have a GPO2, okay? I'm just because like at this rate, the GPO2 when it finally hits is gonna be like 500 tickets.
No, you just need to get your dumb cannon and just call it a day.
Here we go.
I
Had a
thought
good
about
match.
doing that, but the thing is, I
Is
already
the
got the
one?
Dom Barrage at that cost,
Hmm.
so it's like
And extra variety, if anything.
maybe, but
And then the FB level 2 is in as well as the camphor
yeah, I thought about getting
and the guard custom. All at level 2.
Yeah.
Well, no, the guard custom's at level 3.
all of these though at the
That's the only
same
one that's
time.
different.
Like, how do you
It's a
guys feel
This
about
is
huge.
the
probably.
yeet of suits?
It
It's
seems like one
good.
of the biggest ones that I can think of.
Do it
like,
again.
Yeah, 5 at once. I don't think they've ever done that many that I can remember, but that's pretty nice. I agree. This just kind of makes it feel like we're gonna get more stuff quicker.
I mean,
It'll speed up the process.
my only thing with it though is it's like if there's too many things you really want at the same time, it's like, well, there goes all your tickets, and it ends up being like the heavy Gundam. It was only in the shop for 2 days, unless I somehow
Just
missed a
will more
day.
lol.
I don't know though. If you wanted those things, how's it a bad thing though, right?
Well, I mean, you'd have to be like, okay, time to hopefully I get tickets rather than actual new suits, kind of thing.
Yeah, but at that point you like spent it on stuff you wanted, so it's still good though, right? Like assuming you, like if they have at least multiple suits that you wanted, Like it can't be a bad thing. It kind of sucks that the like next week a suit you also wanted came out, but you know,
Well, I
you
mean,
wanted those other things
But
too.
you just
so
need
in
the
this
whale
case,
more,
though,
lol.
well, yeah,
Yeah, there you
see,
go.
that's kind of my point is the whale part because I mean, right now, if I got the Comfort and the Alex, then I'd be out of tickets because
Mm.
that's 600 tickets essentially. Well, what is it, 590 or whatever it is. So like 590 tickets, I think, is what it would cost to get both of them. Actually, do I have even? I think I might have like 580. So yeah, I'm short even for getting both of those suits. So I also don't like that they keep going up with everything that they release. So like any newer player again, like getting into the game, it's like, yeah, we just released this into the DP store. By the way, like the Unit 4 and the Unit 5 that just hit with this as well, which that's cool. Seeing both of those in the DP store at the same time, that's pretty
Mm.
legit. So
Well, it came out at the same time, so
wait,
it
did
makes
they?
usually they
I thought they
they
had
had a
one banner and then
dual banner. I thought it was a dual banner. I
I thought it was
think
one
three,
week and
four,
one
five.
like the next.
I could be wrong. For some reason, I thought they had a dual banner, but maybe I'm thinking about when they introduced level 2
I would say they
to the
typically
game.
have dual banners when they get level ups, but yeah.
Yeah, they just had the level 3 dual banner like a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
Because that's why we had
No, yeah,
we had
you're right.
both of them on the side of the
I
podcast.
do think level 1 for the suits had 2 separate banners. Yeah, because they had their own pilot suits
Yeah.
as
Yep,
the
it's
10-spin reward.
true.
So yeah, you're right. I think I'm thinking of the follow up level banners that they did.
Um
Bring back dual banners.
yeah, I bet we'll get one like the first week though. I don't think we'll get one
Mhm.
anymore because of the GBO days.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think I'll take the free spins though. Free mobile suit
I
spins.
mean, I guess the Pale Riders don't really count since one is space only and the other one's just.
I don't know. That is one of my favorite spacesuits. I really wanted to
I
spin
still
on
don't
that
have
too.
one. Oh.
Like if I got the I used my extra tokens trying to just get the full armor, and if I got it with just like my first couple of spins, I was going to do a 10 spin on the two Pale Riders. I would have taken either of those suits at 500. That would have been awesome to get. But so yeah, my worry though is like each time they are releasing stuff for tickets, everything's slowly going up. So like by the time again they get to the GPO2, just like the Beam Bazooka one, it'll be like 400 tickets or something crazy. So it's like anybody joining late is kind of feels pretty ripped. I don't know. I know a lot of people get discouraged pretty quick when they see that kind of like grind. But
It's probably because they got bills and other shit they need to be worrying about instead.
yeah, pretty
That's
much.
okay.
But
You
still,
gotta do what you gotta do.
the
I don't know though. Like I would say this though. Recycle tickets in and of themselves don't exist to benefit new players.
no,
You
not
know?
really.
Like
So fair enough.
so it kind of sucks for those new players to look into the ticket shop and see that, but at the same time, like
You need to
like
focus
you
on the
have
gacha
to
in the DP shop.
yeah, you have to be playing for a while to even be able to get anything from the ticket shop because there's no way to get it outside of like tutorial missions. Um, they don't give you anything for clan rewards. Yeah, tutorial missions, rolling, and like event rewards. Like the only times they don't even have monthly stuff to get you tickets. So there's no way to get it outside of those like
Mhm.
methods unless I maybe missed one other thing. So I
I
don't
mean,
know. Like those are rewards for long term players essentially. Like the
And
tickets
like we gotten
themselves.
more than others just because we've been here for the first
yeah,
holiday.
that's
Turned
another
into
thing.
the recycled tickets for us.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying though. A step in the right direction though is like the GBO days. Like that definitely helps out new players a lot. So
I think they should give out. It'd be nice if they gave out tickets. I guess I would say maybe. Also, shit. I mean, depending on who you ask, they are with that with that free single spin every
yeah,
few days.
Kind of
But
trash.
again, like I guess at the same time though, um, shoot, I'll take free tickets. Um, as the new players play more, it becomes tickets. So I don't know. It's interesting.
yeah.
Um,
Just play more LOL.
I mean, but
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
mean, I
saying.
guess
Like the two big suits there, the two 500 cost ones, are just like all my tickets right now. It's kind of my point. It's like, and I've been playing this for a while, so it's one of those things. Like if they're gonna release a ton of suits at the same time, I don't know if that's my favorite thing that they're doing, but a lot of these are just level 2s and stuff anyway, so
mhm.
that's not the biggest deal. So you're probably gonna pick your favorite and go. But I'm waiting more. That's why I'm probably saving mine. Is because I'm waiting more for the level 1s that I don't have.
Mhm.
GBO2. That
Should be
is,
waiting for a while.
yeah. I'm thinking, where are we at with stuff hitting the ticket shop now? The
I feel
actual
like
level
once we
ones.
get to that level, that like consistent amount of like 3 stars coming out, that it's just gonna be more expensive by default. Not even just so much that they're releasing more at once. Like I
Yeah,
could definitely see the GPO2 being at least 300 some odd, if not more.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm joking kind of on the 400, but it could be at that point 400.
Honestly, I think 400 sounds about right. If they're not gonna like set kind of like a ceiling or anything for that stuff, like 400 might be right.
Yeah.
Could be right,
Yeah,
man.
because we have a couple more cost tiers to go too.
So that's the got to get first place and ranked again. Let's go.
Yeah.
But
No more tickets, please.
yeah, pretty much. Um, but other than that, I mean, it's really cool that they are coming out with so much stuff, though. So I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on what I actually think there about that one. So for me, it feels pretty cool, but I know for some people, it probably newer players, it definitely doesn't feel as cool. So
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the GBO days help out. The
yeah,
bigger thing for that is that if they miss this month and they have to wait until next month, there's a good chance some of them just won't come back.
yeah, that's the other
Especially
thing.
since there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming up in the future in terms of just other games to play.
Oh yeah,
And on top of that,
April is
you're
gonna
also
be
going to be
huge.
getting Maxi Boost on eventually, which is just like, hey, here's all these suits right away, and you can just play it in this really fast paced like mode at all times. What's your favorite Wing Gundam and Bartos? I
Hang
think
on.
that's also why they're being a little bit more like days too, though, because they know that shit's coming up, and they have to try to at least retain some people.
You said Wing Gundam and Barbatos?
Yep, I sure did. I feel like that's not the point that you should probably be hitching on, but yes, I did.
Did you see the camera or were you
No. Did I go full Matrix
here,
mode?
oh no, here, I'll do it again.
Oh, he means you. Did you see him show off the figurines?
Did you say Wing Gundam and Barbatos?
What? Nice.
It's because you should always have a few props ready or whatever necessary. Do not sue me, Hart. Do not just take down the
Oh no,
podcast, Harmony Gold.
no.
Rip. Sorry, we're gonna get copyright flagged for that one.
I'm glad there's finally somebody who has the RPG books or the rights to make RPG books now that isn't Palladium. Just on a side note, I don't know if anybody knows the horrors of Palladium, but yeah, they try to make Paratonian space wizards.
I've heard the talks, but I'm not familiar with it, unfortunately.
They just pretty much plugged in their Rift system, and they were like, they were like, oh well, Paratonians can just use magic because they have ley lines, and while those are mentioned in the books, they don't have magic though, but there is ley lines, but they do something else, and there is this weird thing that happens that came from a war, and they mention that kind of, but they're trying to pass it off as it's magic, it's space magic.
Are you talking about BattleTech, by the way? Is that what it is?
No,
Or something else?
this was a Robotech RPG tabletop RPG
Mhm.
like books.
Gotcha.
Actually, wait, did he leave those over here? I can't remember. But a friend of mine has all the books for that, and I mean, they were lazy. Like literally in the book, it's like ball of light wards off vampires and undead and zombies. And I'm like,
Seems legit to me.
I didn't know Robotech had
I was
undead.
say, in what universe? But yeah.
Also rewatching Robotech. Looked like
Robotech.
what's her name was playing the computer PC from like 82 Star Trek. You know how they'll put like random stuff on the computer screens, like in Gundam and stuff. Yeah, we found an old Star Trek game on one of the computer screens in Robotech.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it was like, what does the radar say or whatever? It's showing that, and it's like, are they actually playing that off like she's playing a game? You don't actually know what you're talking about. You're not seeing nothing. You're sitting there playing Star Trek. But
Priorities.
yeah, that was
Oh,
actually
watch out,
cool that they threw that in there.
Global will get in on her.
Because it's like it even says like Klingons and number of photon torpedoes left and everything else. So it's like I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what the one is for. Like there was the Gundam Wing like text is like some installation program from like MS DOS or something. It's pretty good. One of them. But yeah. That's become one of my favorite things to do is just pause on the computer screens and see what they decided to put in there. That's the scrolling text of whatever.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what it was in the Japanese version. She was probably playing like a dating sim or something, or like our impressionable youth can't get behind that. Let's turn that rice ball into a hamburger, or
Oh yeah,
something like
the
that.
donut.
Just whatever like localization fun.
Localization team is just like literally who eats this shit. Let's
Yeah,
fix
yeah.
this.
Brock has his donuts. You know, guys. Here's some donuts. But yeah. Anyway, pretty big tangent there.
Yes, back to Gundam.
Back to Gundam. So
They
yeah.
added the Zionic logo.
Oh, what? Yeah, Zionic logo. Yeah, it's a business.
It's
They make
true.
mobile suits.
By the way, on a
Yeah,
side note,
fuck
they had
type.
the English translation out within 30 minutes this time.
Yeah, that was pretty fast. I was surprised by that.
Oh my gosh, shocked Pikachu face or
No, for
whatever.
real.
Because I was totally like, I was even saying in stream yesterday, like, it'll probably be out this morning, but I'm talking about like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. But no, yeah, within like the first hour, they already had it.
Now, they didn't have the
Just
actual
look at it.
page with the GUF flight type video and stuff on it ready to go, but
No.
that one took a little bit longer. I don't know when that happened. That was after I went to bed. I think I was in bed by like 1:30 or 1. Whenever the video went up, I just
Right.
rolled over and went to
So
sleep.
we already talked about the uniform fight. The other general type change that happened was with the Gundam ground type.
And
Oh,
they
yeah,
also
we went
added a
over
level
that.
5 of the
Yep.
weapons rack and the normal ground type. That's a 500 cost.
Yeah, last time when I was streaming, Draven was telling me that they added new levels for both ground Gundams, and I was like, both ground Gundams? There's only one. What are you talking about? And the world record gun. I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, now you have the full armor ground type, right?
Yeah, it's just like I was so used to calling it world record gun, and I forgot it was a ground type gun with a giant refrigerator on the back. So it's like that thing's world record Gundam to me. So I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is literally just there to imply that it's a support suit because you don't do anything with it. It's just there to make you slower and supporty.
But yeah, the normal ground type, the general ground type, got 750 health for 15,000 at level 3, and same for 16,500 at level 4. That's just level 3 and 4 they changed. They both got a 5 speed, so they're at 125 now, which that's 400 and
Still slow, but
450. That's still kind of on the slower end, I think, right?
yeah.
Isn't most things that are around like 130, 135 once you put Well, I guess if you put the speed part on it. I don't know how many close range slots that it has though. And then leg shock absorber, and this is only level 4, went from level 2 to level 3, and quick boost level 2 is now level 3. So what do those do again?
Things that you probably won't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, leg shock reduces the amount of
The landing
temporary
and
damage
Yeah, temporary
that you get
stress or
when
whatever.
landing. And quick boost makes you charge faster when you're trying to jump.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like when I was looking at it last night, I was like, why did they change these skills that don't matter that much, man? Like, there's the one guy's like, it's super relevant, screw you, but like it's only relevant when it's relevant, and then like and that's like the 2 out of 10 times that it's actually relevant, and then every other time it's just like, why wasn't this I don't know, personnel radar 2 or fuck
I
you
mean,
know,
you know, you're on mountain
something else.
and I'm in a 450 Gogu cannon, and you're on the top there, and I shoot your legs, and you want to jump down and actually fight me. So, I shoot your legs, and there you go. Your legs are almost broke now. So, I mean, you need that little bit extra just to make it, man. I mean, that's
But I
it's
boost
very
down
relevant.
but I boost down and don't actually need the skill because I don't drop off the cliff and stagger you into a
No, no,
melee.
no. I shoot your legs, and
Okay.
you fell off. There we go. Sorry, I shoot your
Uh,
legs, and you fell off.
hmm.
Super relevant.
Oh my.
Oh man.
Say, I haven't seen anyone run it at 500 yet. At least not the
The new
regular
ones?
ground.
Yeah.
The weapons rack we might see, but there's just a lot of
I don't
other
know.
stuff to run at that cost.
I feel like they fall off at that point. That's my problem. Like even at the level 4 and level 3, I feel like they've kind of already fallen off a little bit. And
There's
it's
a lot of other suits that just fill in those spots now.
or have more damage, for instance, with the weapons rack. Like I've got the level 4 gun even and the level 4 of it, and it's just like, I mean, it does good damage, but if you
That would
miss,
introduce the level 5 version of the ground type beam rifle, right? That's kind of like a side buff to the Blue Destiny 2 and 3 and unrestricted, or sorry, mix up
what?
matches now.
Where's the 180 millimeter cannon?
uh,
What?
Also,
Where,
just the fact that the easy eight's a thing in general.
they may not have introduced the new levels of the weapons because I didn't see it in the thing, but
No, I
I
think
didn't
they I
look.
think they got the beam rifle in there or something, right? No,
Yeah,
no.
beam
I
Maybe
would assume they would give them higher levels of their standard weapons, but
Yeah, the MG already had a level
Oh,
5.
no,
I think
never
the
mind.
bazooka did. The beam rifle is in there too, so
I'm sure they did the cannon, right? I was just kidding. I was like, uh, like World Wrecker's good enough. Screw you, man. Just flare them.
let's see.
Actually,
Yeah, it does. And the rocket launcher, missile
okay, it
launcher has
does.
5. So at 5, it's doing 2160, range 620.
Hmm.
And then the missile launcher is 1680 at a range of 320. Both of them have 6 ammo.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say there's actually no mention on the notes here that they put in the weapons with it, I don't think. Or I'm
You'd
blind.
have to look at the item list
Yeah,
instead.
okay, so fair enough, it is in on both. Phew. I was gonna be really upset if it and I was like, I was just kidding, man.
Just a shitty ass cannon.
If
Then you
it
gotta deal with the
if it
level
was
4.
like real, I've been like, no, a super rage, man. I would have been on
So
Twitter.
because there's so many levels of this though, the increments are pretty low in terms of the increases, but I'm sure in some situations you'll feel it, especially with the cannon, because that thing's still got some decent speed to it.
I mean, isn't it another thing? Do, I forget which example we found that didn't have the complex expansion slot level 2, but I haven't thought about upgrading the level 4 though. That's another good point.
I haven't even touched my level 4 weapons rack.
Let's see, what does it get? It does get so it gets 250 health if you upgrade. Like, so if you fully enhance it, 250 health, 200 shield
So it gets
HP.
level 2 upgrades.
Yeah. Uh,
Level 5 should be
2
pretty
to
good.
every part slot, which is really cool.
Yep.
So, and
Also, the
then plus
expansion
2 range
slot is the
modifier.
third one at 1200.
Yeah, that's another thing too. That's kind of a big deal.
Since some suits tend to have it like at the beginning or the end, this
I
is
don't.
just kind of in the middle.
Okay, well, here's my problem with that. So it's like, okay, cool, you get the 2 other slots, but I don't know what I'd. Anti-melee level 2 is about all I could fit on there. That would be like an actual, or maybe health, I guess. Do a health
I mean,
level
at the very
2.
least, it's a level 2 because, like, for example, at that cost, the gun cannon level 3, its expansion and all its other stuff is still level 1 for the enhancements.
Trying to think what I could even do with, say, the level 5, right? Like if you fully enhance to
Mhm.
level 5, I'm like, okay, so what benefit do you get over, parts wise, right? Because I'm kind of not really finding a way to fit something else in there. But
You just don't know it's there yet.
It all comes together when you actually get it.
Yep. Don't worry. We'll know. Magnum will look a little bit like this once it all comes together. We'll just know exactly what to do. Like, oh, I found out the way.
like yeah, as soon as I fully enhance this, I'm gonna just like spit. Wait, actually, that's another good question. How many stars is that thing? Is it 2-star?
What?
I might have 1 star, really? For real?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, how many? It's a 2-star. Like I was gonna say,
Yeah, it's a
I could
2.
just use my enhancement tickets to just be like, boom.
No. Yeah, it's a 2-star.
Whoa, you had some like red eye going on there. You need some clear eyes, man.
Is that any of my Char powers?
But anyway, so I guess what else do we have other than the flight type?
That was about it.
So
you guys don't have a flight type. You said what else do we have but the flight type? I have a.
fair enough. Well played. So how are you enjoying it? I'll
Seems
just
good.
take my test type and hunt you down in the skies.
Come at me, bro.
Okay,
I have
let's
a
go.
sword.
I already had to bully a couple
Sword?
of guys.
I have guns. I have the power of
Yeah.
gun. Actually, how is the
Um,
maneuver armor though? Like, can you boost? My question is, can you boost enough to actually use the maneuver armor in the air?
Probably not. Even if level 2, like I can't really compare it to, since I don't play the flight type normal very much. But like it's like you can boost some and like move, but I feel like as soon as you force inject in the air, like you're coming down real soon.
Yeah, that's pretty much
But
the
like
test.
you get a decent amount of boost time. You just don't need to do it for a long time. Like if you're starting from 0 and doing it, like it's not too bad. But
Okay, well then that sounds better than the test because the test is like, so like here's the bar. So you're like, okay, I'm up, I'm boosting. Now you get like 1 second or 2 seconds of boosting, and then you got to stop, and then you're like, okay, now I need to get to the ground, and then you just you got to set it down nice and easy. But
yeah, you could from 0, you could probably boost, and using your example, it's like 0, you're going, you boost some, and then like you could probably do like another boost, and then you'd probably
okay, yeah.
drop down or
So
something.
that's what I was kind of guessing. Like you might get 1 long boost or maybe 2 compared to the test, which is kind of what I was hoping would be the balance there. But the
I think if you live in a world where your maneuver armor on the ground is reliable, you could probably time out your air boost to be able to get double stagger protection. Because like from what I understand, the way it would work, you'd have two tiers of protection from staggers activated. So like you should, like I think you'd be able to take an E stagger and shake it off and just keep boosting. because you have stagger resistance from flying on top of maneuver armor to
Wait,
protect you. Unless it
doesn't knee staggers
are
just
good.
knock them out of the air anyway?
Well, that's because it's punching through your one layer of stagger
Yeah,
resistance. Like, I'm not sure how it works.
that'd be something to test.
But
Like get a desert GM and that and
yeah,
fly at it.
if they both act as levels of protection against staggers, because usually if you have a protection level up, it just pretty much demotes your whatever stagger you're receiving, and you get whatever's underneath it. So, like in most cases, there are standards like just stutters. So that's why in most
I think it
cases, if you get like rocketed, you just keep moving because your stagger resistance hasn't been capped. So it just shakes it off. But like if you get like shot with a cannon, it puts you in the normal stagger state because it punches through your normal stuff.
I have an example though of why it's gonna stagger you or knock you out of the air, even if you're like
Hmm.
boosting or whatever. The GOG.
Right.
Like even if you're boosting with the GOG or anything, you're still gonna get like completely taken to a knee by a knee stagger.
But the
So
GOG doesn't have maneuver armor, does it? I'm not sure. I didn't think it did. Because I don't know if those two would just act together and give you the same pool, or if having both up would act as an extra layer of stagger protection. It kind of just depends on how it works, or maybe they don't work in tangent, and it's just they both pull from the same stagger buildup meter that every suit has. And if something would punch through your maneuver armor, it also punches through your flight mode, and you just fall down and cry just like everybody else would. So I don't know.
okay, it does not have it does not have maneuver armor. But yeah, it has the super damage control or whatever.
180 turn.
Like you melee me, I don't care. Smack. Only downswings affect me.
I was gonna say people are getting smart and they're just coming in with
Yeah,
down
machine.
swings at this point.
You got to be greedy.
Not gonna lie, I missed the Bascom goggles, but I do have Quattro's shades.
I
I can deal.
have bass goggles. Feels good, man.
Oh man,
But as far as the flight type goes, it uses the same two primaries as for like melee and range as the Goof Custom. So it's the exact same shield and heat saber
does it have 3 melees? 2.
as level 2 combo controller.
Okay.
So yes, 3. So that's pretty nice. And the animations for the swings are actually different than the Goof
Yeah.
Customs as well. It does like instead of like it just being like, I think the side is pretty similar, but like the downswing isn't like a straight down slash. It's more of like a Federation saber slash kind of thing. And the reach is surprising. Like I was playing today and I hit this Zommel and like while I was in the air to downswing, and like
Bully, dude.
my feet were like above its head and I hit it. So like it can be pretty ridiculous.
Maximum bully though against the Zamo. Oof.
I know, man. I saw it, I was like, yes! And it's just like I was just horneting it. It's like daka daka daka, and just would fly in and like swing at it and stuff like that. But its secondary weapons are the 3-barrel machine gun, or I think they call it a Gatling gun as well, but it's a
Yeah.
3-barrel machine gun. And a Sturmfaust.
But no heat rod, right?
No heat rod.
Yeah.
I think the Sturmfaust is a
So
better call. I think the heat rod would be awkward in the air.
that'd be kind of crazy
and-
though. I could just see some like crazy out there plays with that. Someone would get good with the heat rod like that. Just
Honestly,
Yeah.
if
I'd rather skip
the
the
heat
getting good
rod
part and just do all the weird tear shit.
just
on
get
the
an
side.
easy stun.
yeah.
If the heat rod for those suits worked more like the standard goof, like the downswing might be relevant. Could you imagine you just like above his head, you just
Oh,
like
that would be
like,
gross. Yeah.
That'd be
slap him in
awesome.
the head.
I would probably not do anything else and just keep trying to whip people from overhead.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Could
So,
start
like-
playing rawhide sound effects.
Like for real though, like my example that I used in the update video is just literally you're sitting up there as a support. You're like, okay, we're good. There's someone down here at the, no big deal. They're down there below, and then you're like shooting whatever, and then all of a sudden like you just see. Dun, 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 dun. It's just
Dude,
like
I'm so ready.
no,
Yeah,
because all it is just you just
supports on top of your fucking buildings. Like I'm coming for you.
man, that's gonna be gross, dude. Which I mean, I don't sit up there except for on mountain. That's the only one that I really sit up on. But like other than that mountain ledge, like oh, like for real though, the building people that just sit up there on top, you're just like, "What's up, bro?
400 plus, you're
Sturmfaust,
in trouble.
smack, smack, smack." And it's just
Yeah, I mean, even flight
done.
types, like flight test types, have been a terror on fucking mountain just because
Oh yeah,
they can finish off those low suits that try to hide behind the ridges and shit.
yep. Like I love the
So
test
they
type.
they found their calling on that.
I like it on
Because
that
you just
map,
can't get away from them.
the ruins map, and what's the other one that I actually kind of like for some reason? Oh, impact site. Just because you're like, there's so much of a brawl going on, and it's so small. You're just like, hey, I'm up here. There's the raid. I'm coming for you. Just wait. So like, once the raid like goes to do whatever, you're like, okay, land, get some boost back, and then like the raids are just like, no, no, I can't do anything unless it's a knock. They're just like double shuriken, and you're just like, oh, like they're playing
Dude,
duck
those
hunt at
knocks
that
are
point.
those guys are good, man. Like hitting you
Yeah.
out of the air to double
The people
shurikens.
who
Like,
have
my
been
God.
sticking in with that suit at this point, they're just the ultimate sweat lords.
The thing I like about the knock that I've been pulling off recently, though, is just like, ha, I'm fighting you, ha ha, I knocked you down, I'm running away. Okay, now I'm sitting quietly, not moving behind this building. Truck, truck, truck. Spin, gotcha. Run away and hide behind another corner. And like, I'll see a guy come up to the next corner, though, when they finally learn, they'll walk up to the next corner and stop. And just be like,
Where the fuck is he?
and they'll take another step. They're finally like, okay, it's safe. Step. Ha ha, I got you. And then I just completely run off and go fight somebody else. And then like they'll be
Like, well,
stuck there.
they've learned my method. I'm out.
Yeah, I've got them twice. I've got them twice. I'm not gonna get them a third time. That's fool me once, fool me twice. Where I'm out. Let's go get someone else. So
But as far as like a comparison of the two suits, I think I would say that the normal version is better than the test type. You don't have the missiles, but the Gatling gun shield is pretty nice. You have a shield. You have a shield,
yeah.
which is always pretty good.
Gotta
It's
be
a
a little bit
disadvantage,
careful
yeah.
with that shield though, because that's
Yeah,
prone.
explosion.
I've seen people get knocked out of the sky because of a shield break. That's not great.
Right.
Ooh.
So that is relevant. But the Gatling gun is really nice. And it has the same. It feels like the stuff they did to the Goof Customs 3-barrel is also carried over to that suit. So like the 3-barrel does pretty solid damage also.
Do you have the
Um
stats up right now?
no, but I could.
Because I was really curious to know if the 3-barrel was exactly the same as the custom.
I think most of it's exactly the same as the custom because it's just a custom with
The
different legs, more or
primary sure
less.
are.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is like. I was just kind of curious too on like the modifiers. So like, what's your base range modifier and base melee stuff too? Kind of curious how
I'm pulling it up
those
now.
stats kind of
And we'll
work
turn
out.
to the title screen because when your console has gone to sleep mode.
So you got the 450 version? Uh-oh.
Am
Huh?
I frozen for you guys?
Yeah, you
Both
are.
of you are
No.
frozen for me. Okay.
Oh yeah, you are now.
Hope I wasn't like in a pose where I was, I don't know, looking funny or picking my nose. Let me see on Gustav's side.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, fantastic.
Now you're not.
Yeah, now you're frozen again.
You just changed
Oh,
pose real quick.
fantastic.
Oh,
Oh,
then
You
you
guys
move
still
for a
have an improvement
second.
for me.
Every time.
time you say fantastic, it keeps changing.
There it is. Now you're back.
There
I'm
we
guessing you're in the game now.
Hold 1 second.
go. You broke it.
Uh-oh.
Emblem, come back.
Oops. You know, the funny thing is you're actually still in your spot. It's just
See, now you're just in my spot or Emblem spot.
oops. Okay, he'll be back. I believe.
Leaving and rejoining didn't help much long.
But I'm kind of terrified of the flight type though as a support player. Like just being able, like, it's really gonna determine, like, or be
Yeah.
determined how much that maneuver armor kind of can help with it and how they
That
can
type
combo with
advantage
it.
really did make all the difference for the flight types concept.
Yeah, that's another thing. I feel like if I'm in the
Because even with the regular test type, like other generals are still doing neutral damage to you. It doesn't have very high resistances and other stuff, so like it's not
Yeah.
like it was shouldering a lot of damage, even if it wasn't being smacked out of the sky.
Which that's one thing I do like about the buffs that they did to it though, is now like pretty much the quality of life of flying is the biggest deal.
Mhm.
Like now where I'm moving faster left to right, it's a pretty big deal that I can actually dodge, you know, half of the things getting shot at me.
Fantastic.
There we go.
Mm.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. I just had a little bit of negotiations with my Wi-Fi adapter, and we're back. I've got the stats ready too.
Hey, how much health does it have?
Looks like it has 15,500.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
bit less. Resistances?
It is 13, 13, and 26.
So 14, 12, and 27. And then, by the way, 16,000 health.
Are you comparing it to the level 1 or the level 2?
I'm talking about the same cost of the normal Goof Custom.
And what resistances did you say again?
14, 12, 27.
For the same cost?
Yeah, you've
Mine,
got
my
the...
level 2 goof custom is 12, 10, and 25 without buffs.
Wait. Do you have the 400? Or do you have the 450?
Yeah, it's a 400.
Oh.
These are both 400 suits.
Okay, I thought you said you had the... Wait.
I don't think I ever mentioned the suit, but I have the level 1.
Okay,
which
you
is
have the level
400.
1. Okay, I thought you said level
Mhm.
2 earlier. Okay, my bad.
I don't think I did, but maybe I did. But yeah, I had level 1.
Okay, so the level 2 Goof Custom is 14,500. So that's... First of all, that's better. The defense is better. I mean, I guess you're a target up in the air, sort of, and you're a little bit wider, so fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit more thick around the leggage.
Every day is leg day.
The yeah, honestly, the stats are like really stand out. The range boost is 25. I think that's 1 point less than
Yeah.
the goof custom, but the melee man is 30.
Whoa, what?
Yep,
I am
baseline.
terrified now.
Good luck.
That is dumb.
It's got a combo controller, so
What's the
Mhm.
speed?
140.
That's pretty good.
Hang on a
10
second.
more.
I need to AFK and rage in the background for a second.
It also has 70 base thrust.
Base thrust.
Okay, how many part slots though?
10, 10, and 8.
Okay, that's where
pretty good.
that's where it kind of balances out a little bit, but still. So what, you can get... So there's the trade-off. Do you want to get more thrust or do you want to get more damage? Whereas the one on the ground, you're just pretty much gonna throw on the damage to kind of equal out the melee.
I don't know. I think the one on the ground is just going to be wishing it's a flight type.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's like at that point, if you got a flight type and you got the normal one, I mean, there's already not much of a reason to play the normal one. They buffed the level 4, so feels bad, man, for the normal Goof custom.
But yeah, I like I said, I think it's really nice. Just as a raid, having like a very practical utility suit that has something that'll help it actually get to supports. Yeah, I think it looks fantastic. Like I want to get better at floaty play so that I can
It
play
is.
better with it because I think it's going to be a good suit.
It's terrifying. One thing though too is the make sure when you're taking off, for just anybody who has it, because I've been trying to get good with the. That might be my general type as the test type for this weekend for clan matches. Like when you're taking off and you're about to like run out of thrust, you're right next to the ground, or when you're getting close to the ground, just get close to the ground and then just tap it, and you'll just keep going like nothing was going on. Like it's
It's true.
seamless. So like getting used to doing the up down and then popping up for a few seconds
I will
shooting or
say in
whatever, and
regards to
then
what you're saying, when I was playing the goof flight type, it was transitioning, like I was moving from ground to whatever, and I'd like I feel like there was one point in time where I let go of the button early and I like seamlessly switched from ground to just like from air to like ground movement.
yeah.
There was no like landing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But
There's
I didn't well I'm saying like I didn't do what you said.
oh
Um and like it felt like it seamlessly transitioned for me. But
well no
like,
that's what I'm talking
I'd
about
have
is
to
the
play a
seamless
bit slower.
transition. That's what I mean. The getting good at the seamless transition is what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, it sounded like you said when you're, like, lower to the ground, hit it while you're moving, and you, like, just kinda transition over, but I'm more saying, like, I feel like I feel like I had a case in one of my matches where I was, like, moving, and I let go, and I hit the button, like, pretty high up, and I was moving forward, and I just never stopped,
Oh, I wonder
like,
if
it was on
that's
the ground,
were
and I
you
kept going.
thrust like actually thrusting or
I can't remember. Like I know I was moving forward, and I just remember thinking while I was streaming, it's like, man, that was a clean transition. But outside of that, like I don't remember doing anything special. I was just moving, and
oh,
I was on
interesting.
the ground moving.
Yeah, normally if you're too far off the ground and you're not like pretty close to it, you'll do and then you'll kind
Mm.
of start going. So, but yeah, playing around with especially with the test type because it's a mainly shoot suit. So you definitely want to get used to paying attention to your thrust bar and popping up, shooting some things, getting down for a second, and then gaining back that thrust, and then popping back up, having fun, and then boosting around.
Having fun in battle op.
Yeah, like I mean,
Not
I love
once.
that suit. I'm just saying, after the changes to where it can move left and right a whole lot faster, so you can kind of do like you can pretty much move around like you're in space. Essentially, is how it feels now. So it's just like, yeah, no big deal. I'm super fast in the air. Shoot at me. I'll dodge most everything. So, but yeah, there's some people who like you'll run into that are just like, by the way, I'm like using a high level desert GM. Whew, I can hit you every time. No big deal. Get down. Okay, I'm back up. Like every time. There was one desert GM in one game, just like tortured me to death. It was a big feels bad, man.
Yeah, they were just you were duck hunting at
Yeah,
that
no,
point, and
for
just like
real though, it was
cool.
straight duck hunt, man. Like, okay, now I'm over here behind this building. Okay, and this was on an impact site, so it was just like, okay, I'm up.
This will just be nice too because when you have those sweaty like d-bag general players who are spamming take the supports, telling you to go into a crowd of like 5 or 6 to like suicide rush to support somehow, like at the very least you can fly into the air and maybe
Pick at him and
be
make
able
him
to
move.
harass them enough to keep them from just having free reign. So that's also nice too. You can kind of use your flying ability to actually harass the support some, which seems pretty cool. Just watch out for shotguns.
Yeah, don't get too
I had some
low to the ground.
campers freaking shotgunning me from across the map.
Yeah.
Not literally across the map, but like one example I'll say is like there was a camper. It's like, in Ruin City, the bridges that are in between like the two buildings near the leaning building capture point. I think one of them is C on
Yeah.
the map. They're the ones right by the Thunder, like on the outskirts of the Thunderdome.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Um,
about.
I was on one of those bridges, and the camper was probably like at the at the base of the slanted building, like on the opposite side where that other slanted building is, right across from the capture point.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm pretty sure he was like somewhere around there, and he shotgun blasted me while I was flying on top of that bridge, and it fucking knocked me out of the air.
I mean, it's just too much leg day, man. Too big of a
all I can
target,
say
I
is
guess. I don't know, man. That's crazy.
take shotguns out of the game.
Oh, man.
Is
I feel
really
like
what I'm
that's
saying. Those things
FPS
are
shotgun
useless.
logic.
That is OP.
No, for real, that's like
Those-
FPS shotgun logic. Like, sometimes you got to be right in their face, and other times you can hit them 5 miles away. That's PUBG
Sniper rifle
shotgun.
shotgun. Man, I just hate that. I just hate that there's a gun that pretty much just dominates an entire like
Cost range.
class of suit. Man, the shotgun
Well-
is so ridiculous. I mean, it can shut down supports too. Like it dominates 2 classes of suit.
Yeah. Well,
But,
I mean,
it just feels bad.
what really
Mhm.
feels bad though is when you're playing shotgun and like this guy that I was going against today in one of my games where I was YOLOing that I was talking about was in my Mark II, and there's a comper, and he shot me with a shotgun, and nothing happened. I mean, he was point blank. My controller vibrated. Like, I'm like,
Mhm.
wait, I can still move. Oh
He was
gosh,
shooting-
do
He
something.
was shooting blanks.
And then like I moved away from. I just walked away from him and just kept hitting him with my shrapnel bazooka. I was like, here's my shotgun bazooka. Let's go. And then like, oh, sorry, I wasn't hitting him. I was shooting around him and threatening him.
Absolutely.
And then he comes back and shotguns at me again. My controller's like, oh, and I see like my chunk of health go down, and it's just like, just gonna keep walking backwards. No big deal. I got like super maneuver armor for some reason. Like I thought even if you hit a shield, it like you're still gonna get staggered. So
Normally you
Well,
do.
he probably didn't hit you enough for the pellets.
I guess, but I mean my health was still chunking. I'm gonna have to go back and actually look at that game because I
Yeah, because I mean, I know you can shotgun a shield and stagger somebody.
Yeah,
My guard custom cries every time I run into an Ifrit. Or just a GPO.
Oh yeah,
You just need
Oh,
to
yeah.
make sure that they get your good side when you fall over.
See, that's why I love the shrapnel bazooka at 550 because you see those GPO2s, and still I still think the GPO2 is the best raid pretty much at that cost.
It's still really powerful.
And it's like the only thing though is when I see one though, I'm like, haha, my shrapnel bazooka, boom, boom, boom. You know, all I gotta do is just hit the shield twice and you're staggered, and then I go for the knockdown. So finally, there's a actual broadside of a barn. I should be able to hit this, for goodness sake.
I can hit that and Zommels. Let's go.
Definitely, I'm a horrible Zombie bully if I'm playing the Mark II.
Mm-hmm. You kind of had to be. You don't want to give any of that burst damage a chance.
Oh my
They
gosh.
just have those big rosy cheeks that you want to pinch. I mean, how can you say no? I'm talking about clapping those cheeks, you know?
Talking about drumming those cheeks.
Gustav's over here motorboating Zommels.
I mean, pretty much with the Shiki, they're just
Oh my gosh. For real though, you
get
man.
my foot up there and everything, man. Fuck it.
Oh
Yeah, you're just like slap kick.
You just hear that potent smack sound.
God.
Somebody
Nice
just
and
needs a
what?
montage of like a smack
Just
sound of
kicking-
Zommels. Like
Kicking
Zommels
Zommels in the ass. Just
with the Shiki. There you go. That's a video to make. But like
punt them.
questionable waifu noises intensify. TOS.
I'm trying to. I can't even remember what that sound effect is, but yeah. I'm trying to remember, like, didn't like PewDiePie have it on some of his videos or whatever?
There's a guy that does a lot of video game animations where it's just like speedrun Mario and shit like that, and he has a really loud smack noise that he uses for when characters are defeated. And I want to get that and put that on the video.
Oh my gosh, yes, that would be amazing. Like oh, I still need to finish that video. I started working on it. The um Zeong video. Like, I've
Oh
gotten a
god.
new high score, by the way, since I started working on the video. So I
I
have
got
to
a new high score
I
in
have to
the
re-edit it
MLR.
again.
Oh no.
What's your damage on the MLRS, you said?
I think it was like 112, maybe more.
Nice. So guess what my new high score is?
On this, probably like 130,
I
maybe
was
2.
I was really sad because I could have shot one guy in front of me and broke 200k. It's like
Oh,
199 and some
damn,
odd
dude.
change. And I was just like, oh man, I could have had a 200k plus damage game.
That's pretty nuts. You really don't see 200k broken, so it's pretty insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been the perfect screenshot to have. So now I've got
yeah.
199.
Trying to just put down the game. It's all over.
But
Magnum over here on the precipice of breaking 200k games.
Zeong cheese, the ultimate strategy to
Stack
I
your
wish
stats.
I wish I knew how many points that actually gave me. It probably would have like gave me 100 to my like total score for just that. But I was also, I mean, I was first place because that one too. I think I had not only 199, but I had like top individual, top assist, and most pursuit or whatever. So that was one of those games where I was just like, yep, I'm new typing this round. Where's the big brain picture? Where's that filter? That's exactly what was happening to me. Yeah, that was
You
me.
need to get that for your video.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Actually, I probably could
That would be
edit that
good.
in. I probably could edit that in and
I'm
just
sure
be
you
like,
could.
that just
Have it
because
sitting there and just like.
I think I
That'll
highlighted that
that'll be
whole
the
game.
thumbnail.
I think I highlighted that whole game. Yeah, just have the 199 like straight across the side of it, and
Omega
then have
Brain plays.
and be like 1000 IQ or something.
Actual new type.
Like, oh, this game, new type powers activate.
For real.
But yeah, I'm trying to finish editing that one together. That's gonna be a fun one. I'm hoping they don't nerf it though, because then it would be like, here's a relic of the past, you know, if they ever nerf that.
Yeah, remember when Bedford Farm remembered.
Yeah, I'll have to put that at the beginning of the video. But anyway, yeah, anything.
The day they nerfed, that's the day they also nerfed the Murdew being an absolute monster.
Pretty much, yeah, that thing is gross. Like, that thing's melee is just too much still.
Disgusting, especially for the movement rate and like just versatility that it has. Like,
Yeah, you have like pretty much 2 almost on-demand stuns if you're playing with the beam rifle or the bazooka.
and the goop.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I mean by the 2 on-demand stuns.
Yeah,
And then it's like, and then you got your gross, overpowered amount of melee damage.
which is funny because like you think about beam weaponry and beam sabers in general, and like that's kind of what they should be doing off rip, regardless of the suit. So finally, we have something that's a little bit more accurate to the show. Like, oh, it touched you, you're pretty much dead.
Pretty much, yeah. But
I say that, but like the GAN can do that too, but it has to do a little bit more to get in there.
I mean, I will think of this example though. Remember the original Gundam, you know, the shield for Grandpa Gundam, you know, blocking everything.
And always being cut in half by the end of a battle.
Yeah, it's like,
but still blocking like regular fire.
yeah, it's what? Thing's invincible. I got cut in half at some point somehow.
It wasn't even Gundanium, I don't think. Like Lunar or something.
Yeah,
The
Gundanium
original.
is only what, like, that's the only Gundam wing, right? For like
Yeah,
everything else
Danium
is.
but Darium is.
Oh, Darium. Okay, I thought you said Gundanium. You kind of cut out there for
I
a
did
second.
for the
Oh,
first
okay,
one, but
yeah.
yeah, it's Gundarium in like Universal Century.
So yeah, they have like the lunar whatever, and it's yeah, like
the lunar
Well,
alloy.
I thought that and Lunar and Titanium were the same thing. Just the Gundarium name is just like more of a name they gave it to make the Gundam sound meaner.
Probably.
yeah.
I don't think
I
like
don't
in
know.
universe.
I'm
I
not
don't
that
think in
far in
universe
the
it's
lore.
actually like a propaganda thing, but like later on they just stuck to calling it Gundarium. But in the original, it was just like lunar titanium, and then like everything else is just made out of like, titanium or something.
Like the bus shelters in battle operation.
Yeah.
Can't shoot through those.
Just make a shield out of that. It'd be the ultimate
For
guard
real.
custom.
I'm down.
Shield that never breaks.
Yeah, back when the phone poles, the little like.
Could you imagine if the
stuff.
guard custom actually got the same speed boost that the fucking O2 does when its shield broke?
Exam systems online.
That'd be kind of gross. Yeah. Real.
I want my exam guard custom. God damn it.
Oh no.
Let me do it.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh man.
Do I have a purple filter? Is it time for JoJo references?
I bet you could find one for that.
This is close enough. Yes.
yes.
No. JoJo, are you cheating?
Yes.
Oh man.
All right, but enough. Sorry,
But that was the last bigger detail. Was just the suit and all that stuff.
So yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, I'm terrified. I haven't seen one yet, but I mean, I haven't got to play too much in that cost range.
It's at a cost range that hasn't been popping up that often. I feel like some of the lower cost suits are kind of suffering from that with their debuts. Can you imagine like if they actually went back to like 300 or 350 suits, they'd actually have a better chance of showing up in terms of maps being run in like the public lobbies than stuff like the flight type would.
Yeah,
I mean they're even running 300 ace matches more often. Just kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's been kind of awkward, the cost ranges. I don't know whether it's just the times of day that I'm actually playing, but yeah, cost range has been kind of awkward sometimes. Because
schedules are rough.
Like one, I think it was like 250 ace or something, and I was like, wait, what? I don't think I've seen this in like 7 months. What's going on?
Yeah, 300 ace is just like normal now. It's so weird to see it like almost every day.
Yeah, like most of the time the ace would be like unrestricted back when that was still a thing.
Or at least like 450 or 400.
Yeah.
But this is just straight 300.
There was one too. It was 200 ace. And I was like, oh, 200's up. You know what? I think I'll go ahead and play here. It's on desert. Why not? We'll play some Zaku cannon. And then all of a sudden it's like, ace. Oh no.
Oh no. I know I felt like that today looking at the 300 map because 550 was kind of rough for a second. I was like, I can just go back to this. Ooh, it's an ace match. Fuck. Okay. I guess I'll just have to run with that for a little bit.
I was having trouble finding games in general. Like I think I was just into lobbies that nobody wanted to play, but like I was having the same issue. It's like
yesterday?
Terrible. No, today, man.
Oh. I was gonna say yesterday.
People had to do space shit today too.
Yeah, that's another thing. But like yesterday when you were sitting with Masked in that 2-man lobby, Mask was like, "It's just me and Emblem. Join us." And I'm like, "Leave, join, leave, join, leave, join, leave, join, leave, join, leave, join." And finally, it was just like failed matchmaking. Okay, start again. Failed matchmaking. Failed matchmaking. Failed matchmaking. Failed. Okay, custom game. And then I typed in your chat. I gave up. I was trying to. I tried to
Yeah, I
find
saw
you.
you. I remember you coming in.
But like, I think what it was is I had 5 bars, and he said you both had like 3 and 2.
Yeah, we're both on like crappy Wi-Fi connections. So
Wi-Fi warriors.
Yeah, that is one of the. Ooh, yeah, that's.
So you guys are
Wi-Fi
just in a
sucks.
different dimension for a little while.
Yeah,
that's
Wi-Fi
all.
sucks. Like every time I
Yeah.
mention it, there's always somebody that's like, "I've been on Wi-Fi the entire time I've been playing. It's been a problem." I was like, I'm sorry you've been what's the name of it where like you get captured and you like grow a custom and like start liking your captors.
Stockholm syndrome.
It's
Yeah.
is that yeah like I'm sorry you guys have Wi-Fi Stockholm syndrome. Like they don't realize it's that bad, but like it's pretty fucking bad. Okay, like. Everything is terrible. Like Wi-Fi sucks.
Well, now they just get to play with all the other Suda America players, so they got people. They get the ja all the way to the bank.
But like the Wi-Fi thing. I can't remember who I was talking to the last time about Wi-Fi, but I was just like, just whatever anything. If it's 100-foot cable that you have to get you that cable, pretty much. Like for real though, a friend of mine was playing on Wi-Fi. I was just like, here, take this. And then like he's plugged it in now. It's like I gave him like a 50-foot cable or whatever, and like he went from like 2 and 3 bars to like 4 and 5 now. Like, and
He was like Kira Yamato. It's like, thanks to this Wi-Fi cable Lacus gave me, I can start kicking butt.
I mean,
Oh my
for real,
God.
I mean,
Well,
I've seen it
desert
though.
episode where he makes adjustments on the fly in the suit so he can actually like move around in the
Look,
desert.
I'm sinking into the desert sandal. Oh, it's a fix now.
But just change my calibrations mid-fight, no big deal.
But for real though, like, on the screen before on Wi-Fi, oh, they're gonna shoot a rocket at me. I'm gonna dodge. Rocket way off on the like almost off screen. Boom! Oh, I got hit. What? After cable. Oh, I'm gonna dodge. Oh, it still missed me. Oh, I got hit, but it was like, right here
Close.
instead of like over here. So
I will say though, since moving to Washington, like every now and then I'll have matches where like everything clicks and like it's nice. Like I don't know if it's just the Wi-Fi is better or like because of where I
I
am
was
or
gonna say you're
whatever.
technically closer to the main server there, so
But like yeah, I was able to perform the all-powerful casual sidestep. Like those feel good. Like when you actually like arc underneath a beam saber and it doesn't knock you down anyway, like the hitbox is right, like feels good, man. Like it's like, oh my god, I actually be a new type. Those are some good
hang on. I need to plan a trip to California. One sec.
Just go to Japan.
Go to Japan and play at the local event and just have your mind blown.
Yeah,
I come back and I'm like, guys,
Dragon Ball Z.
Guys, I can't play anymore.
Can't
play
come
this
back.
game.
Can't come back to this.
I can't play this game over
We're
here
training
anymore.
under 100 times gravity over here, but once you actually land on planet Namek in Japan, you just like fucking take off the train and wait, and you're just like good to go. It's like Magnum did awful in that match in Japan. It's like, dude, every time I activate exams, I can't keep up. It's too fast. I'm used to living in an environment of lag.
Or like you have so much
Saw like
lag that
40
you go over
frames as
there
opposed
though.
to 60.
You're so predicting them to shoot and everything, so now you have like super frames going on, so it's just like training weights off. Like as soon as you step in, like the ground shakes because your training weights are off, like it's ready to go.
For real.
I mean, that's kind of like going from like remote play and having input lag to going to like playing
This
raid
TV.
on the screen without having any input lag or anything. So it's just like, yeah, no big deal. I can play the BD2 now and 1v5 the enemy team. Let's go.
Yeah, input lag matches suck. I've had my share of those.
Pretty much. Olympics are coming up. Perfect time to go to Japan.
I wonder if that'd be kind of neat if they had something for the Olympics as an event.
I wouldn't go anywhere near Japan for the Olympics this year. I've seen Akira. I don't want none of that. No thanks.
Oh man, that's good. But yeah.
Give us a Special Olympics banner. I'd be good with that.
That'd be
That'd
cool.
be pretty neat.
That'd be
Go
awesome.
add the Stargazer.
Oh my god.
And we
Because
can
they're
have
also
a
gonna
five,
have a Gundam in space.
we'll have a 5-man team that's going to be the Olympic committee, and it's going to be all Stargazer Gundams with the back rings colored like the Olympic rings.
Mhm.
The full theme.
But yeah, you go over there and play GBO2 though. It's straight up. What was said in chat? Rock Lee versus Gar right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get on the plane. You get on the plane and or you get off the plane and guy just shows up and is like, Lee, take off your training weights, and it's like, he told me not to.
It's okay, you're here.
Hey, you're in Japan now. You gotta show those kids at the GPB or GPG or whatever the Gundam Perfect thing is, who your daddy is, and he's
Your
freaking good at him.
daddy.
Updated G Gundam designs.
Yeah, that's what I was just
That would be
reading.
the same thing. Yeah, I have both chats open, so
But
that'd be good too.
but yeah, the anyway, the flight type though.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be terrifying. I do not want to see those. Like,
You do. You want to see them because you're gonna get one.
okay, I want to see one for myself out of a box, but that's it. I do not want to fight them.
Yes, you do.
No.
Then you will
sorry,
have
but
full mastery.
You'll definitely see it. Like it looks really good in city. Both cities looks really good in mountain. Port base. Oh man, 400 would be fun in port base as a raid with my flight type.
Port base is gonna be hilarious, especially port base day, because then you're just gonna have more open space to fly around and fuck with people once the HLVs go up.
The straight terror on my face. No. No.
Now you don't have anything to hide behind. Fuck off.
Oh no.
That's a
Cue
nice
all the
building
supports
you're on
going
top of.
into like the corners of the maps just to try to stay away from them.
For real, most of the stuff that
They'll be on the boat now.
Yeah, just everyone fighting on the submarine.
I'm trying to think, like, 400 cost is where I'm like, yeah, Don Barrage, right? Don Barrage, let's go. But like, man, I'd have to like pop up in my face. It's like, please hit the
Well,
ground next to me with
you
the
know where all the
Sternfaust.
supports are gonna go? They're gonna go in the they're just gonna hide in the tunnel and make everyone come to them.
There we go. That's it. New meta
Get
support
bullied.
tunnel.
The flight types. The psychiatrist told me that the goof flight type isn't
That
real.
that needs to be a meme right now.
Oh my gosh.
So I didn't need to be afraid of it.
The good flight type's not
It's
real.
real
It can't
now.
get you.
Yeah, it can't hurt you. Well, it's unfortunately not true. I'm coming for you, supports.
No. Please no. Oh man.
I need to get a sprite of it so that if I have an AFK, like Magnum has to get away, instead of putting a Zoc in his window, we'll put a goof flight type.
Yeah, I'm running for terror.
Just get the gif of them flying up over that cliff from Oith MS team.
He's not grabbing a drink. He's running for his life.
But so anyway, I guess that's pretty much it.
That is all she wrote.
So I guess we'll do predictions for next suit and then shoutouts. Pretty much.
Still Marseille.
Yeah, Marsai. That's pretty much. I'm going with that till I'm correct. Like,
Yeah. Like it needs to happen at this point. Just hurry the fuck up. Put it in there. I don't care if you do it as a shadow suit if you're not that confident. Just get it over with.
I'll borrow Crossbones prediction from my Discord. We'll finish up the 8th MS team cycle and get world record Easy 8 or world record ground type Gundam or something, or ground GM rather.
Because that was actually in GBO1,
Yeah,
right?
world record Easy 8 was in the last game.
I
Although
wonder.
that they're gonna save suits from the last game for like clan rewards.
matches,
Yeah,
now,
that's what I was about to
but,
say.
We don't know what the next rotation is, and we've had so many rounds now.
Yeah, we're at 8 now, so they said it's.
they've already confirmed 9, so at the very least we have another 2.
Okay.
So, and then right now at this point, it's top 100 each time. So, and from what I saw last clan ranked, all you had to do was pretty much just win 3 games, like score wise, for the most part, as long as you were going up against like roughly a B rated team, and you would have made it. I think if I did the math correctly
Yeah.
there, because it was only like
Yeah.
3,111 was 100th place. So that's, I mean,
Considering that our crew could only like go into 3 matches, and we kept having connectivity issues to the point where our clan didn't exist for that, like that's a feat within
Clan-
itself.
Yeah, the clan server gets pretty rough on clan battle day.
well, no,
Kinda
this one was the
garbage.
worst though. This one
That
was
shit was
like,
awful.
like
It was so
literally,
bad.
like
Fix your clan shit.
I posted. I even like sent a tweet to both like their
Same.
and showed them like, here's what I got from people in chat. Here's my example of like where like literally it's ongoing. It says in session right next to it, and like I couldn't even click on clan match. I had to relog like twice just for it to even say, oh, you can go ahead and start inviting people. And then where like I think Gustav, where you didn't have your clan even.
Yeah,
Like you
it
couldn't
was
even
all my
join.
name, except that name was blank for the entire clan list. And then our clan shit was actually grayed out. We just couldn't access it. It's like we didn't have a clan anymore.
Yeah, that was it was like it exploded this past one. Like that was bad. That's the worst I've seen it. Like I've seen like, two teams match and then it just explode and you have to keep requeuing till it actually works. But like that's been kind of the worst I've seen, really. And this though was just like, okay, we're trying to get this to work for an hour and a half. Okay, we finally got a game, right? Kind of thing for a lot of people. Which we finally got a group to play one game. So we have one game in, yeah.
Yep, we're on the board. They're
We did it.
all
There you
losses.
go.
But I think they'll put something pretty cool. I'm guessing they're gonna just pretty much save most of the old suits in, but I would like to see something like the, probably like the, was it the full armor?
Wasn't the
Slave Wraith?
full armor ground type actually in the first game though?
Was it in the first one?
I can't remember. I'd have to
I
look at the
think
list
so.
again. I believe it was, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. I don't have the list readily available.
But yeah, Marsai, that's my vote. Are you with the Marsai emblem or
Oh, I already told you mine.
what was yours again? Sorry.
Like probably maybe like world record Easy 8 or
Yeah.
I could see like the world record GM being an event or a clan reward or something.
Maybe like a GM head or
If they want to
whatever.
do that, yeah. GM head probably in the same boat as a clan reward or something.
They should do
But,
Gundam head from Thunderbolt. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say world record Easy 8. With a dodge roll.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
The flight type exists. I'll allow supports to have a dodge roll now.
Oh no.
They're gonna need it.
The fly type. It exists.
Breaking news: death in disguise for all support players.
For real though, it is really terrifying. I mean, like, I already know how it feels to be
Yep.
the goof test flight type and be like, there's a raid. Are you going toward my support? Okay, you're dead.
Bully.
What are you gonna do? You can't
No
get up
Gatling
here.
thingies here, just a straight up Gatling gun.
Like unless you're the Efreet, like isn't that the only one with like an actual like hard stagger to knock one out of the air is the Efreet knock? Like I don't think anything else can actually stagger one quickly enough. I mean, technically, if you were close enough with the shotgun with
Zuda.
the
I was
DS.
gonna say shoddy.
Oh yeah, Zuda. But I mean, normally I
Yes,
stay
Zuda.
out of the range of the shoddy though, and I can just sit there and just double hand Vulcan from a mile away. I will say, I honestly think though, as much as I like it, and bullying is fun because I don't get to do that often because support to raids anyway.
The anti-air gun's been kind of fun to mess with them with.
Yeah, that is another thing. I saw the anti-air gun thing pointed out. I was like, well, I know there's going to be a lot of the general type
F2 hanging out.
F2 now, like all over the place.
Because that's also just a lot of raw like range damage too.
I mean, I know what I'm going to be playing then now. Yep, Deja Vu intensifies. We're definitely going to be breaking out the Hildoffer against that thing. Like, we have to shoot it out of the air.
You better catch me.
The FPSD. Oh god.
Like, but I mean, that's really the only thing I could think of that like would be good enough to like if
Supports have good options to shoot it out of the air though.
Zaku 1 was
Desert.
another one.
You talking about to command?
No, the Zaku 1 sniper with the
sniper type.
Magella.
Okay.
Yeah, the Magella can just shoot it out of the air.
Mm-hmm. That's getting supports, but yeah, that one.
Totally gonna try to do it with the the long machine gun.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I mean, it would work too.
So yeah, now just use the
little dock
Hildoffer and the Zaku 1 sniper. There we go. That's all you got to do. And you're safe against the then
The
the
menace.
then the test type can't hurt you for a little while till it gets to you.
The Desert GM should be. I think it's a high enough version. There's a 400 Desert GM, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, with the missile pod, yeah.
Yeah.
Railgun it.
Railgun and then just missile it to death from a mile away. Yeah, I mean I already feel tormented by the Desert GM as the test type. But like the well again, the point I was making with the Gatling, the Vulcans, the two-hand Vulcans though, like the range on those things are gross. Like I want to say they're like 400. And survey says, oh wow, they're really? Does it just feel that good? Okay, never mind. They're much shorter. They're 275.
Wow.
But
Guess that extra 25 really makes the difference.
I guess they feel like it's
has
way
really
too
good
far.
range. The Goof Custom, or sorry, the Goof Flight type. What's the range on the Goof Custom machine gun?
250.
No, it's shorter. You said 275 for the other one?
Yeah. The
Shorter.
the hand Vulcans is 275. You have just a little bit of edge. That's what I'm saying. Like I think the flight test type. I might even be taking the 400 flight test type into 450 just to counter those flight types.
Don't worry, you'll see him at 400 as well, so you might not even have to go too ham into being down on cost.
But yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Well then.
But yeah, okay. So I guess we could go ahead and move into shoutouts.
Sure.
Cool. Who wants to go first?
What am I leading? So just to again, I am Gaming Emblem. I'm the current Wi-Fi warrior that you can find on twitch.tv/Gaming Emblem. Um, maybe for lucky, the stream will be up for more than about an hour and a half before the internet goes out. We also have other stuff. I would just say website.com/Gaming Emblem. We play video games and RPGs on the internet. Currently messing around on Tales of Innocence for the Nintendo DS and more Battle Operation. Although I do want to check out Cross Rays again. I think I saw something about there being another DLC drop, so I need to check that out and be looking to get into suits. But yeah, we have fun, play games on the internet. Gaming Emblem, check it out.
Okay, and I'm
Or no.
Gustav the 13th, Gustav_X_I on most social media, including Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. We are still going through Yakuza 0 as our secondary game, to GBO2 being our primary. Once we're done with that, we'll probably move on to Kiwami. And besides that, hopefully I'll see you guys around.
Cool. And as always, all the information will be posted down in the description. But I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a Twitter, YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, then there you go. There's that. Then as far as stuff I play and stream, right now, GBO2 dailies. I try to do those each day. Monster Hunter World just got a update yesterday for 2 gigs, and that's a new monster apparently got added. So gonna check that out at some point in the upcoming future, probably next couple of days or something, maybe this weekend. But other than that, Path of Exile got this last month to finish out the challenges, so probably be doing that at some point. And then looking at maybe, I just remember this, Crypt of the Necrodancer. I saw a video on YouTube saying that there's like a really hard PS4 achievement, and if it's also on Steam, I might try to go for that and torture myself. Because apparently I liked getting over it. So we'll do that. But anyway, yeah. So again, watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to hear us talk about in the future. And anyway, that'll be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.